One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at
What it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
Hello and welcome inside the broadcast booth at Leroy Hayes Field in Thermopolis, Wyoming. Hot Springs County High School Bobcat football comes to a close on this Friday night in late October. Jordan McCamey, Kevin Simpson with you. The Bobcats on senior night welcoming in the number one team in 2A from up the road north in the Lovell Bulldogs. Kevin, for the first time really in a while, we're actually getting some Friday night lights to end the season here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, Friday night lights. It's the first time we're starting the game with the lights on. We've finished a couple with the lights on, but here we are Friday night. Let's rock and roll.
Absolutely. The Bobcats coming off a heavy loss last weekend. Kevin and Coach McPheel recap that here in just a little bit later on the coaches interview, but they're going to look to put that one in the rearview mirror and pull off what would be the biggest upset in 2A of the season and finish their 2022 season with a victory. Went over the standings earlier on. The Bobcats, just because of the way the West is stacked up, do not have an opportunity even with a big upset to get into the postseason, but could possibly go out with one more memory for the seniors with a big upset victory against a team that will contend for this year's state title in 2A.
Yeah, like you said, mathematically eliminated and things like that. You know, think about this today. It's October 21st. It is Back to the Future Day. And if they travel into the future, get a sports almanac, and they do all the sports betting based on the sports almanac. I wish we had the almanac for today to tell you what the final score was, and we'll see if the Bobcats can play spoiler to Lovell before they go into the playoffs.
Absolutely. It would be a memory for the seniors out there tonight, and we'll talk a little bit about those seniors later on. Already did the introductions for the seniors here out at Leroy Hayes Field. Mark Hamilton, the PA man in charge, introducing those seniors across a couple of different sports as well as cheerleading, golf, and football. Of course, we'll be talking some senior names a little bit later on here as the Bobcats and the Bulldogs will get ready to tangle in 2A action here as the 2022 Hot Springs County High School football season comes to a close here on the Wind River Radio Network. This is the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness pregame show on 101.7 KDNO and streaming to YouTube via yotoday.com. Head on over to yotoday.com, click on the sports tab on top. Take you to our sports landing page. There'll be a hot link on top that says click here to watch live high school sports. Click that, bring you to our YouTube landing page. Thermopolis versus Lovell, the streaming box you are looking for there to get live video and audio streaming of this season finale here from Hot Springs County High School. Coming up on the pregame show, of course, we'll have our talk with head coach Matt McPhee. That's coming your way next. And then, of course, we'll have our keys to the game. We'll also have our starting lineups and the kickoff, all that and more coming up on the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness pregame show on 101.7 KDNO and the Wind River Radio Network.
That's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit. Because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
This is the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness pregame show on 101.7 KDNO and the Wind River Radio Network, streaming to YouTube via yotoday.com. Jordan McCamey and Kevin Simpson, you're bringing you Hot Springs County High School football for a final time in 2022 as the Bobcats will look to cook up an upset against the visiting #1 Lovell Bulldogs. To talk things over, our man Kevin joined the head man in charge of the Bobcats, Matt McPhee, on our weekly coaches interview. That comes your way right now on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO.
Kevin Simpson sitting down here one last time this season with head coach of the Bobcats, Coach McPhee. Thanks for taking time all year round and sitting down and talking to me.
You bet. Thank you, Kevin.
So last week the Bobcats hosted the Cokeville Panthers, fell 49-0. Quick recap of that game and kind of where things went sideways for the Bobcats.
Well, we've had a chance as staff to watch it back I guess myself personally multiple times as we look at it from a self-scout standpoint, and we just didn't execute. We had opportunities in the first half. We talked about it a little bit Friday night. I know it was frustrating, immediately post game, because I felt like we've got a better team, I guess, than what just the scoreboard indicated. But if you watch that game back and forth, I mean, it wasn't just like run into a wall, dead, 49 going the other way. We had some momentum things. We turned the ball over, gave them a 10-yard field in the first half. We fumbled the ball by a kid that's pretty sure-handed. We had a touchdown taken away from us in the first half, based on an alignment issue. So, we obviously weren't proud of what we put on the field, but, I told the kids this week, I said, we're better than that. We've got to execute better than that. That's what we did last Friday night, and I think the kids will come out and execute better this Friday.
Well, this week the Bobcats close out their season at home versus the undefeated Lovell Bulldogs. Lovell, the number one defense in 2A, only allowing 8 points a game. What challenges do they present from a defensive standpoint, and how do you plan on cracking that really tough Bulldog defense?
Well, I think just looking at history, I think Lyman had a really good defense. We were able to have some success offensively against them. We need our quarterback to play well. We need him to be efficient, complete passes, and we're going to run the football. We think Rody Farrell's a pretty good back, and we're going to make them defend the field. But they are a tough defense. It's a tough challenge, but I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited for our kids, and I think they'll play better.
Lovell's offense fairly balanced on paper. They have a few ball carriers that can tote the rock. Their quarterback, Davin Crosby, not afraid to throw the ball either. What can we expect from Lovell offensively, and how does that affect your defensive game plan, since they kind of have a balanced type of offense?
Well, you hit it on the head. I think they're big. They're big. They're big up front. I think credit to them and their meat packing plant up in Lovell. But they when they get mad, they're going to run the football. They're going to pound it down your throat. That's what they want to do. But I think at times during the game they like to throw it around, and this is kind of a tune-up for them to get into the playoffs. So we expect them to throw it around a little bit as well. But I think our DBs have been up to the challenge this year, and we'll try to take the ball away a few times, but it's definitely a tough challenge.
Last game of the season, it's senior night at home, so I'm just going to kind of leave this open-ended, give you a chance, maybe just speak about your seniors playing their last game for you and their Bobcat teammates.
Yeah, we've got 4 seniors, and we're super proud of all of them. I'll start with Gavin, and Gavin's really had a good season. He's delivered the football to a myriad of receivers, and he's made good choices for the most part all year, and we're real proud of Gavin and his progression as he's played here for his 4 years. And I mentioned Rody just a minute ago, and I just love the passion that kid brings. He brings it Monday through Friday. It's not just a Friday night thing. He competes. He's a competitor. He's a kid that you want on your team, and we're going to miss him, and we're certainly proud of him. And the other 2 seniors, Owen McCumber, you see him out there kicking, and when Owen came to us 3 years ago, he couldn't elevate the ball above your waist. He came to us, and he's challenged physically a little bit, and he went to work, and he put time in, and he's become a kid that can knock it through the uprights, and he's kicking off for us, and we're proud of him. And then Chase Moeller came out week 3 this year, and really a kid that's matured, and we're real glad to have him out, and certainly going to miss him, and he's got a great attitude and works really hard.
Awesome. Let's hit some rapid fire one last time this year. This should go fast since we're playing Lovell. We're going to do a theme today: love or don't love. So you can't say no preference or neither, so you got to pick a side. Here we go. Mornings.
Love.
Mullets.
I love them. I guess I could grow one.
I don't think you could. Cold pizza.
Don't love.
Large crowds.
Don't love.
Cold weather.
Don't love.
Coffee.
Don't love.
Country music.
Don't love.
Wow. Christmas shopping.
Don't love.
Man, what do you like? Sushi.
Love.
Watching soccer on TV.
Don't love.
Flying on an airplane.
Don't love.
Coach Boone Bowker's general demeanor.
Love.
Awesome. Let's do some college picks. Wrapping it up this year. Last week you went disappointing 1-3, so bringing your season total to 14-11. You're still on the positive side, so you got a chance to keep that there. We didn't even pick that exciting Alabama-Tennessee game that last week. That was a crazy thriller of a game. We're gonna pick 4 more this season to close it out. Let's start with 4-2 Boise State on the road versus 5-2 Air Force. Air Force 3-point favorites. Air
Force had a big week last week against UNLV. They went and I think they put up 42 against a UNLV team that's been playing pretty well. I would take Air Force. Boise State's revamped on offense. Dirk Cutter's doing a good job over there, but I see Air Force winning in a shootout covering.
UCLA, number 9 UCLA at number 10 Oregon. The Ducks favored by 6 at home.
Ducks, they'll roll.
The dreadful 1-5 CU Buffaloes 23.5 point underdogs at Oregon State. Do the Beavers cover the spread?
You know, Colorado has been abysmal this year. They're doing a lot of things wrong, but I think this is a trap game. I think Oregon State stumbles and only wins by 21.
Okay. And the game that I'm going to be attending on Saturday, it's homecoming for UW. They host Utah State, late kickoff, 7:45 at night. Wyoming favored by 4.5.
Yeah, Utah State's been unimpressive this year, and I think that'll be a great atmosphere over there in Laramie. Late, early kickoff doesn't matter. I think UW rolls on them.
All right. Well, thanks for your time. As always, pleasure this year talking to you. Best of luck Friday versus your game versus the Lovell Bulldogs.
Thanks, Kevin.
Seven Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Kevin
And
Simpson
welcome
sitting
back
down here.
And welcome back inside the Gotchi Rehabilitation Wellness pregame show on 101.7 KDNO and the Wind River Radio Network. Jordan McCamey, Kevin Simpson alongside you for this one as the Bobcats play host to the #1 team in 2A football, the Lovell Bulldogs. And we're going to jump into the keys to the game to this one for the Bobcats to maybe cook up the upset. And for those keys, we turn it on over to Kevin.
All right, having a plan is one of the keys to a successful future. Tonight's keys to the game are brought to you by Edward Jones and your local financial advisor, Travis Winger. And those keys to the game are this. Number one, I've got manage the big guys up front. I'm looking at their stat sheet, looking out there on the field right now, and Lovell's got some big dudes. A couple of them over 200 pounds, a lot of them hovering around that 200-pound, and there's a lot of them. And our Bobcats are, we know they're not big, and there's not that many of them out there, so they got another tough task ahead of them tonight. Number two key to the game is score, and I know that sounds kind of silly, but Lovell has the number one defense in 2A, only holding people to 8 points a game, so obviously putting some points on that board is going to be crucial tonight. And key number three, I have, hey, it's senior night. Let's have a little fun out there for those seniors. Leave it all out there one last time. They get to play their last game of the season at home, so let's have a little fun, run out there, maybe burn off a little steam for some of those seniors as they play one last game. And those are your Edward Jones keys to the game, brought to you by your local financial advisor, Travis Miles Winger.
Thank you, Kevin, for those keys to the game. And looking at some of the statistics, you mentioned them in the coaches interview, and of course even part of some of those keys to the game. We look at the offenses, and right there, and team total offense, the Bobcats and the Bulldogs right there. Number 4, the Cats on the season averaging about 308 yards per game. Lovell just right in behind them at 292 yards per game. But where it gets a little different is on the total defensive side of things. The Bobcats are the 15th ranked defense, averaging 341 yards against them per game, while Lovell holds their opponents to under 200 total yards per game at 171. So it's going to be a one way or the other type thing tonight for the Bobcats. They're going to have to find a way to get something going. And tonight, bit of a breeze out there. Feels like it tamped down a little bit compared to a little earlier this afternoon, but could affect the Bobcat passing game. And I know I heard Coach McPhee talk about wanting to maybe get Rody getting going on the ground and see if they can find some success there, but they're going to have to win at the point of contact.
Yeah, throwing the ball around out there might be a little difficult tonight. I know they've got a quarterback out there that can spin the ball a little bit too, and Gavin's probably going to be having to play from behind, throw it the ball as well. I don't know if it'll fit the Bobcat kicking game at all, but I guess we'll find out.
Absolutely, and we're just a little more than a handful of minutes away from the opening kickoff of this one between the homestanding Hot Springs County High School Bobcats and the visitors on the scoreboard, the Lovell Bulldogs, the #1 team in 2A football, as the referees and coaches get their final talk done out there right around the 25-yard line. Got the Worland Officiating Association tonight out there, actually picked up the officials for tonight's game over there from that association. It's the referees Terry Pyer, umpire Richard Ramos, head linesman's Nick Bauer, line judge is Dave Juleson, and the back judge is Joe Doak. So got the
Thermopolis boy with the Worland guys.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we saw his funny Richard Ramos, see him there at Blair's quite often. He works for Pepsi, so he said they had the final game of the season. We'll get to our starting lineups next. That's going to nearly wrap up our Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness pregame show. On the other side, starting lineups and the opening kick on the Wind River Radio Network.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted Jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle wider, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
And welcome back inside the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness pregame show on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO. Streaming to YouTube via YOToday.com. Jordan McCamey, Kevin Simpson with you as we wrap up the 2022 Bobcat football season. Kevin, it's been an up and down season for the Cats. Had some highs, had some lows, trying to finish on a real high note here as the seniors from both the Bobcats and the Bulldogs meet at midfield. Those seniors out there for the Thermopolis Bobcats with Owen McCumber, Gavin Shumway, Rhodey Farrell, and Chase Muller out there. Going to try to make one more memory for them as they send off their senior careers here against the #1 visiting Lovell High School Bulldogs.
Yeah, not a big senior class for the Bobcats. Is historically the last couple of years you've had about 11, 12 of them graduate. So, I mean, kind of a double-edged sword. You know, you've only got 4 senior leaders out there, but when you talk about looking at next year even, you're not replacing a huge amount. I mean, you are replacing a huge amount because they are your main skills players if you're talking about Rhodey and Gavin. But other guys out there are young and getting a lot of varsity experience right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But right now we're going to focus on this one as the Bobcats and Bulldogs line up for the starting lineups. Our starting lineups on the 101.7 KDNO are brought to you by Sutherland's. We'll start with the Lovell Bulldogs here. They'll start this way. A 5'9" senior, number 2, Joe Padilla. Then it's number 3, Blake Wilson, a 6'2" junior. They'll go with a 5'8" junior, number 5, Jared Mangus. And they'll have number 10 is Jaden Snyder. Number 13, the quarterback, the 5'11" sophomore, Davin Crosby. Then they'll go with the 5'10" junior, number 24, Adnan Khan. Then it's a couple of Nichols, number 36, Ben Nichols, number 38, Preston Nichols, a pair of seniors there. Another senior on the line at 6'4", number 56, Connor Strom. Number 63 is James Love, a senior at 6'3", number 63, Curtis Miller. And rounding out the Bulldog lineup, another senior, 6'2", wearing number 75, Zane Collins. Bulldogs in the white jerseys tonight, blue numbers, purple trim, black trim, and Bulldogs across the front of those jerseys, and blue helmets. For the Hot Springs County High School Bobcats, they'll start this way. It's a sophomore, number 1, Delmonico Dukes. Then they'll go with the senior, number 3, Owen McCumber. That's number 10, the senior, Gavin Shumway. Another senior, number 11, Rhodey Farrell. They'll go the sophomore, number 20, Ethan Yarrington. Then it's a pair of Aarons, number 23, Ryan Aarons, and number 32, Chris Aarons, both sophomores. Then the junior on the line, number 52, Jessen Bassey. A sophomore, number 60, Logan Defoe. The senior, number 64, Chase Muller. And rounding out the lineup for the Bobcats for a second week in a row, it's the freshman on the line, number 75, Cruz Mascaro for the Bobcats. There tonight in their home purples. Purple numbers, yellow lettering, and Thermopolis across the front of those jerseys. Purple helmets and a white stripe down the center with the pink high tops.
Yes, we got the pink socks tonight. They're doing breast cancer awareness for both football and the volleyball inside. Is playing Worland right now, and they also did a pink out for the volleyball tonight.
Absolutely. That wraps up our Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness pregame show here on the Wind River Radio Network and 101.7 KDNO. The Bobcats and Bulldogs kick this one off from Hot Springs County High School next on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO.
S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
And we are ready for football on the Wind River Radio Network. Jordan McCamey, Kevin Simpson bringing you this season finale from Hot Springs County High School. Bobcats and the Bulldogs battle for this one in the final week of the season. Lovell looking to make it a perfect 8-0 regular season. Bobcats trying to play spoiler to that perfection and cap off a senior night with one more memory for Macomber, Shumway, Farrell, and Moeller. And we are underway as there's 12 minutes up on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Farrell backed up near the goal line now, has the kick return here. He comes up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles. He's sprinting free, breaking more tackles across the 35, out near the 36-yard line, maybe 35-yard line there. A good return by Rody Farrell as that wind kind of pushed that one back towards the goal line and broke a couple of tackles. If he'd got back up to top speed, might have had a little more green in front of him.
Yeah, good job by him getting all the way out there to the 40-yard line, it looks like, or 40-yard line. So good return. 35. I can't see tonight.
It's all good. Kevin, 35-yard line is where the Cats are going to start.
I'm not used to night games. I can't see a lot.
I was going to say, I'm used to the sunlight. Is what I thought we were at Lyman High School. No lights, but we got them. 11:53 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. First offensive play for the Bobcats. Have the defensive line of the Bulldogs standing here with Farrell and Shumway in the backfield. Quick snap here. Hand it off for Farrell. No, Shumway's going to keep it and be buried deep in the backfield there. A loss of 9 yards on the opening play. Not the start the Cats were looking for there as Shumway tried to sell the RPO and kept it himself but swallowed up quickly.
Kind of reminiscent of last week. First play went for negative yards, so not how you want to open up a football game.
Cats have spent some time on their opening drives behind the sticks here, but we'll see if they can provide any kind of protection for Shumway back. They don't have that protection set in the back, though. They're going to keep Farrell there with the standard twins left and right. Got Del Duke split here to the low side for the Cats, the leading receiver for this team. Shotgun snap, handles it cleanly, has a little bit of time, slings it across the middle for Ryan Aarons, and a completion nearly gets all the loss yardage back on that one. An 8-yard pickup, and Shumway put a little zip on that pass.
Yeah, I think Lovell thought it was coming outside to Del Dukes, and he started shading over, and he just rocketed one right up the seam.
And, a big tip of the cap there to Ryan Aarons after a couple of drops last week against the visiting Cokeville Panthers. That one secured it right into the breadbasket. Fell forward for another yard or two. So a third down and long still, though, from the 34-yard line for Thermopolis. They'll split twins left and right. Cats moving left to right on the radio dial here. A little hard count now as Shumway takes a snap, but they'll blow that one dead, and that's going to be a neutral zone infraction there by the Bulldogs. Got a little too excited there, and you know what? Checked it off, checked the box early there for Shumway to get his hard count 5.
I was going to say that. Could do the over-under on that one. It's always the over half, I think.
Clock running at 10:25 to go. Cats now with a much more manageable 3rd and 6 upcoming here now as they look to the sideline for the play call. You'll have that Bulldog defensive line, about 3 out of the 4 of them go down to a 3-point stance here as Shumway stands alone with Farrell there. Now throws the outsides, has Del Dukes. He completed it, runs up past the 50-yard line, picks up the first down into Bulldog territory. So a nice pickup from the 39 to the 49 of the Bulldogs. So a 12-yard pickup that time between Shumway and Dukes. And right now, head coach McPhee talked about it, trying to get the ball out quick and doing some different things here, getting out of Shumway's hands quick.
Yeah, I like this a lot better than what we saw last week. It was a lot of just 30 yards. Let's throw it up and see if someone can catch it. This is a lot more possession type of football.
Twins left and right again here for Shumway. Waits now for Farrell. He'll fake it to him, now run to the outside, looking to throw. Throws across the middle, had his man wide open. Dropping it through the hands that time was the sophomore Ethan Yarrington. That one, a little bit of the big moment for the sophomore there. Hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities to catch it there. Was in his hands for a moment, dropped it to the turf there. But I like what the Cats did there, keeping the Bulldogs kind of at bay there with that RPO look.
Yeah, Gavin just kind of rolls out there almost like a little naked bootleg, and it was kind of a two-man game out there, and Yarrington just couldn't hold on.
2nd down and 10 coming up here for Thermopolis in the standard twin set here with Farrell in the backfield. Pressure coming now, going quickly. Shumway dumps it over the top, looking to set up that screen, but threw it over the top of Rody Farrell. That time was really well set up by the Cats, but I think Shumway just kind of ran out of room to float it over the top. Had some big bodies from Lovell barreling downhill.
Yeah, I don't know if that was I think it was a designed screen pass, but they were there pretty quick, a little quicker than you anticipated.
3rd down and 10 right at midfield. Imagine head coach McPhee going to stay aggressive here, already into Lovell territory. Again, we've talked about all year, possibly already 4-down territory for the Cats here with 9:37 to go in the opening quarter. Shumway has the snap now, has time, rifles it across the middle, tipped away though by the linebacking core, incomplete. Had Ryan Aarons streaking across on a little post route there, missed him though, as might have been on line, but tipped away there by the linebacking core. Thought maybe it might have been Preston Nichols with a tip away.
We'll go into a punt formation here. Rhodey's back.
So the Cats, the Cats, a couple of good plays there, had some positivity going, and of course here, Lovell's going to probably play this one pretty honest. They do have 2 returners back there, but obviously Farrell capable of throwing the ball. You see if they maybe think about pulling out some kind of fake punt early on, or else we'll see if they'll just be happy with what worked on offense there and head out for their first defensive set, and they will. Punt it away with Farrell. High kick here, not much distance on it, though, as that one lands at the 40, but takes a friendly Thermopolis hop down near the 30-yard line, so kind of got away with that one, but probably only about 19 yards on the kick, but no return.
About 10 of it in the air and 9 of it on the ground.
So really can get the hang time, just got to get the distance on that punt so far. Well, now the Cats go to work on the side that we know they're going to be presented with a challenge from this Bulldog team. As coming out in the quarterback position, it's going to be Davin Crosby. A lot of the name you're going to hear is Ben Nichols out there. There'll be some others, though. But they'll go right into that power eye look. Nichols in the backfield. Take the shotgun snap, pitch it outside to the right, running to the right side. Nichols out in front of the Bobcat defense and finally taken out of bounds after picking up almost 15 yards on the play, called a 14-yard pickup. So, yeah, Ben Nichols with the first carry of the game, and it'll be a 14-yard gain, and that one stretched to the outside there.
I feel like he can get up to top speed pretty quick.
Yeah, and it was Crosby was kind of in that short shotgun set there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now it looks like he's going to go under center here. Again, you got that power eye look. They'll hand it off straight up the middle here again for Nichols, who dives ahead. Farrell in on the tackle with a couple other Bobcats, but out near the 50-yard line, so a 7-yard pop again. And the Bulldogs are going to go very quickly here, so right back to the line. Single receivers deep, near and far side. They'll hand it straight up the middle. This time looked like that might have been Preston Nichols. Not sure. It was a higher number there. We'll have to keep an eye on that number.
38.
It was Preston Nichols. So it looks like they'll pick up a first down after the pickup of 4 yards. 8:47 on the clock now as it gets running. Clock currently still stopped on the chain reset, still waiting for the clock to get going, and now does. So the Bulldogs just running it straight at the Cats right now, forcing them to try to make plays. So you'll put Crosby back in the shotgun set, give it off for Ben Nichols again, and he's got some cutback speed here, near up another first down, as thought the ball came out at the end, but they're going to say it was down already.
Was that which Nichols?
It was Ben Nichols that time, number 36. Going to be just short of a first down, a 9-yard pickup there. The Bobcats ended up with a football, but I think it was already down, popped up after the contact on the turf.
They do to us what we've been dealing with the Aarons brothers all year long with 23 and 32, and then we got these guys at 38 and 36.
Yeah, exactly. And night game there. The the blue number is not too bad for Lovell, but a little tough to see. Here is the team come quickly to the line now, and it'll be Crosby in the shotgun set again. Takes the snap, hands it off now. A new man in there. It's number 5, Jared Mangus. Mangus has the first down, plus a little bit more as he's drug out of bounds short of the 30-yard line, but down to the 31. Or no, excuse me, better mark it back at the 33. So about a, was about 8-yard pop that time?
Something like that.
From the 41 down to the 33, going quickly now. Pitch to the outside. It'll be Mangus again. Mangus near the first down marker again, but ran out of bounds just short of it, I believe. It will be short, maybe a yard or two short, so call it 8, maybe 9 yards on that first down play for Jared Mangus.
They're really running heavy to that right side, and I'm waiting for him to set something up over here to the left now.
Yeah, I got one deep receiver here to the near side, but going quickly in the shotgun set. Going to fake it to counter up the middle now. It's Nichols forward, and that one's going to be Preston Nichols with the carry there for the first down out to the 20-yard line. So a 3-yard gain. So nothing fancy here for the Bulldogs just yet at this point. They're essentially challenging the Cats to try to make some stops here. And right now, a lot of big bodies up front for Lovell as the clock ticks away at 7:15 to go in the opening quarter. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Short shotgun snap here. Handed off up the middle. Bouncing now to the outside, trying to stretch it out. Chance for the Bobcats to make a tackle, but slipping through is Preston Nichols near the goal line and into the end zone. A 20-yard touchdown run there, and that one was for Preston Nichols, number 38, with a 20-yard touchdown. So didn't take a whole lot of time, and it wasn't anything fancy as the Bulldogs drive down the field. I believe it was, what was that, a 69-yard drive there, all on the ground.
Yep. I got 73 yards by our math.
Yeah, all right, so a 73-yard drive there, capped off by the 20-yard Preston Nichols touchdown run, and now they're going to try the PAT. Mangus, the kicker. Snap was ready to come there, but the Bobcats came early. That's going to be an offside penalty, so move it from the 2 down to the 1. And now the question is, does the coaching staff with Nicholas Crosby over there decide to go for 2, or they just set out the PAT again? Looks like they're going to stay with the kick.
They declined it. They don't even want to move it forward.
So Mangus trying to make it a 7-0 lead. Low snap there. Got the hold down, though. Kick is up and looked good. And it is. A little delayed signal there from our Whirlin Officials Association, but it is up and good. The Bulldogs strike on their opening possession of the game. They lead at 7-0. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard with 7:03 remaining in the first quarter. This is Bobcat football on the Wind River Radio Network.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
And we're back here at Leroy Hayes Field. 7-0 Lovell Bulldogs after a 73-yard drive, all on the ground, capped off by a 20-yard Preston Nichols touchdown run. Cats didn't put up a whole lot of resistance in that opening defensive possession. We knew it was going to be tough sledding for them defensively, and the Bulldogs showed what they're going to try to do tonight, and they're going to try to run it right at this Cat defense.
Yeah, no big surprise there at all. I mean, they are who we thought they were.
Yeah, and the Cats, that one spins away into the end zone. Trying to field that one was Ryan Ahrens, but it's going to go into the end zone there, so come out to the 20-yard line for the Bobcats. So they'll get going again. They had some success in that opening drive.
Yeah. I think they did really go with those intermediate passes, and I'd like to see them kind of stick with that here in this next drive. Don't go away from that right away. They had a couple drops that they probably should have completed.
And Thermopolis will send trips out here to the near side. So you got, is that Ryan Ahrens?
Ryan, Chris,
and then is it Ethan on that
Yep.
side? And you got Farrell, and then you got Dell Dukes on that far side. Ball right in the middle of the field here. Farrell and Shumway in the backfield. Shotgun snap. It's through the hands of Farrell, and he's going to be hit there. He's going to shed one tackle, though. Going to stiff arm another, and pretty much managed to turn that from disaster to just a small yardage loss there, because that could have been catastrophe. The Cats gave Cokeville an early short field possession last week with that one. Farrell able to scoop up and only lose about, 4 yards there, maybe 5 yards?
Yeah, from a disaster to a small disaster, right?
I was going to say, right now, though, the Cats will take a small disaster as look to run a little wildcat look there that time, as the official's going to step in here. Got a little shoelace work out there. Loop, swoop, and pull. Rabbit ears?
Loop, swoop, and pull. Man, you could teach kindergarten.
Shumway in the backfield with Farrell. They'll set trips up here to the near side. Ball on the near side. Hash 6:55 to go. And now they'll sling it out for Dell Dukes, and he threw it behind him. Dell had gotten a little separation out there from Blake Wilson, but another drop pass. That one, though, more on the quarterback Shumway than it was on Dell Dukes out there.
Yeah, just threw it right behind him on his back shoulder, and that's a hard catch to make for anybody.
So another third down and long play already early on here for the Cats. Going to look for a big play now. See if Lovell just goes back into a little shell coverage or if they're going to bring a little heat here. Shotgun snap for Shumway. Little fake there. Now he's going to go up the middle. No, he gives for Farrell. Farrell to the outside, trying to break it up the field, but undercutting him there. The Bulldogs going to be able to pick up about maybe three yards there to pick it up. It's going to set up a 4th down and 12, so they're going to have to punt it away yet again in this one from the shadow of their own end zone. And Rody's going to have to find a way to get a little distance in on this one, or else the Bulldogs going to have an extra short field.
Yeah, he's got. I mean, last time it's pretty high. They were in there pretty quick. He's just trying to get over top of the blockers. But let's see if his guys up front can give him a little more time to kick this away.
So you got a couple of returners back there. Joel Padilla's one of them. Can't see the number on the other. Looks like it's Jared Mangus back there. And now Farrell going to get another high kickoff. Got it away from the blocks of the Bulldogs and takes another positive bounce for Thermopolis out near the 45-yard line, but it's going to stay in Bobcat territory. They're actually going to mark it at the 43. So positive field position here for the Bulldogs, who will go out for their second possession. So far the Cats, a couple of drives, came up empty both times. The Bulldogs set out here on their second drive of the night.
Yeah, I think we'll see a little more running, I think, Jordan. Is that what we can expect?
I imagine that might be in the play calling of head coach Nick Crosby over there for the Lovell Bulldogs. As again, they'll send a single man out here to the near side left. That's Blake Wilson, but they have that a little short shotgun set with Nichols in the backfield. They'll hand off for Nichols straight up the middle, bouncing pass, cut up the middle, now into the second unit for the Cats out near the 35-yard line. And that one was Ben Nichols that time. So Ben Nichols with 8 yards for the Bulldogs on first down. A couple of players like Farrell, maybe Armani Dukes, somebody's going to have to take some gambles, try to get up the field, try to create some kind of negative play here for the Cats, as right now they're just getting bullied around right around the offensive line there as the Bulldogs stack them up. Across there is now going to go to the air. A big throw here, has a man, but overthrew him that time. Did Davin Crosby, had his man running. A number coming back, looked like it might have been Wilson on that side. Can't see the number, or maybe it's
Mangus,
Padilla.
maybe, or is it?
It's 2 or 5. I think it might be. Might have been Padilla out there.
See how long he's run back.
I know, right? Yeah, I think it is.
That's number 2. Yeah, it's Padilla.
Yeah, so Joel Padilla there. And again, he had him. Padilla looked like he had a step too, but that one, the wind is blowing, and actually feel it here rolling through the open windows of the press box, and that one just sailed on Crosby. It sets up down a 3rd and short here for Lovell. Ball's going to come back in here from this officiating crew. Had to track that one down after the long pass. 5:19 to go. Lovell leads Thermopolis 7-0. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Shotgun snap. Give it for Ben Nichols. Runs forward, picks up the first down, and is finally drugged down at the 30-yard line. So going to be a 5-yard pickup in the first down there for Ben Nichols. It's the Bulldogs moving downhill yet again. 3 plays, 13 yards thus far for Lovell.
Mason Reeson on the tackle. Good to see him back out there on the
Yeah,
field.
didn't see him in the starting lineup, but good to see him out there after missing last week. Well, motion this time from the Bulldogs in that short shotgun set with Crosby. Now motion from far to the near side. Going to fake it? No, going to give it outside now for Nichols. And tackled up after a gain of about 5 yards. And that's Ben Nichols yet again. Ben and Preston were both out there, one blocking, one running. Couple of motion men there from the far to the near side there for the Bulldogs.
The Nichols brothers.
Yeah, pair of seniors too.
Yep. Well, I guess I don't know if they're brothers or not. They could just be cousins, I guess.
Could be, but yeah, both seniors there, both 5'10", right around the same weight there according to the Max Preps roster. 4:15 to go. 2nd down and 5 now. Quick snap, handed off straight up the middle for Nichols. This one's Preston Nichols, and he's inside the red zone near the 10-yard line. Marked him right at the 10. So going to be, what, a 15-yard pickup there.
Yep. And that puts Lovell over the 100-yard mark already on the ground in the first quarter.
Big night already for Lovell here on the ground. Again, they haven't had to go to the air, and right now wouldn't expect them to do anything different. The Cats, maybe the only advantage here is that the Bulldogs can't pick up any kind of first down inside the 5-yard line. It's a first and goal directly from the 10-yard line. So 10 yards separates the Bulldogs from the second score or the Bobcats from their first stop of the game. Here comes the handoff going up the middle, number 24, Adnan Khan. Khan heading near the goal line, maybe about a couple of yards short. Let's see where they mark this one. I think that was Khan, number 24, that I saw with the football. Looks like they marked him, what, about the 4?
Yeah, about a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, so 6 yards there. And now the officials are having a discussion momentarily. They're going to bring the clock to a stop. So had referee Terry Parr going to talk it over here with a couple of the part of the officiating crew. So it is going to be second down. Whatever the issue was, the officials seem to have sorted it out, and the Bulldogs stride to the line quickly again. Again, with Crosby and Nichols in the backfield. Looks like it's Preston Nichols, a deep player here, and now will move Ben Nichols in motion and give it for Preston Nichols. He's hit at the goal line, but runs into the end zone as he stays on his feet. Touchdown, Lovell Bulldogs, 2:53 to go. First quarter, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, Lovell 13, Thermopolis 0.
Nothing fancy about that. Just run it right up the gut.
Pair of touchdowns now for Preston Nichols. One from 20 yards, the next one from 4. And the Bulldogs have gotten all their offense via the ground and pound. Mangus on to try the PAT. Successful last time, had a bit of a low snap. This one cleaner. Good snap. Good hold, hit the upright, and which side did it go on? Went on the outside, so it'll be a missed PAT, and it'll be a baker's dozen for the Bulldogs. 13-0 Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Bobcats have their third crack at it next. This is Hot Springs County High School football on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted Jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Ready for the kickoff. Bulldogs now have to put this one down on held on a finger now. Lands short of Rhodey Farrell. Scoops it up now down. He's across the 20. Bounces out here to the near side. Cutting, and he's into a little bit of open field. Has one man to beat. Runs out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So another positive return for Rhodey Farrell in this Bobcat offense as they'll start in positive position yet again. See if they can get something cooking offensively.
Yeah, good job by Rhodey getting that ball up here and make a couple people miss, and gives the Bobcats an opportunity to put it in level territory here pretty quick.
2:45 to go here in the first quarter. Bobcats trail it by 2 scores already, 13-0. Preston Nichols, a pair of touchdown runs for the Bulldogs. Bobcats have had a little bit of success through the air. Last time, though, went 3 and out. Going to try to have a more extended offensive set here with Shumway and Farrell in the backfield. Trips out to the far side left. One man to the near side right is Del Dukes. Shotgun snap. Little RPO here, going to give for Farrell. Going to try to get outside the Bulldog defense, but can as he is wrapped up and spun down at the 39-yard line. Loss of 1.
Tough sledding for Rhodey so far.
And they're trying everything they can just to try to get him going to the outside. Probably not a lot of room up the middle trying to get him to the outside, but the linebacking core in the ends there smart up to that play. Standard Twins look here for the Cats. Farrell on the left hip of Gavin Shumway. Shotgun snap, handles it cleanly to the outside. A little flat route here for Dale Dukes. Turns around, cuts, pats. Couple of Bulldogs there. Picks up a few yards out near the 45 at the 44-yard line. So a 5-yard pickup for Dukes. Fancy feet there from Dell to make that a positive play. Already a couple of scores here in this half for Lovell. We'll see how aggressive the Bobcat coaching staff gets if the Cats can't pick up this 3rd and medium. Shumway takes the snap, now holds it, throws it out to Farrell in the flat. Going to try to beat a man with speed, does. Now cuts it up the field, breaks through, picks up the first down at the 50-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Cats at the 132 mark. So a gain of 6 yards that time to pick up the first down from Shumway out to Farrell, but it looked like it might have been a lateral too, might have been on the rushing statistics, not sure.
I put it down as a rush.
I was going to say, it looked like it was maybe right down the line. You know, we'd have to go back to the Titans footage, something there to find out.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it did look like a lateral pass there from Shumway to Farrell. First down at midfield here, a little more than a minute to play here in the first quarter. Shumway waits for the snap, has it now, handles it cleanly, has a little time, throws it over the top, looking for his man. Looked like it was Yarrington out there. Ethan's gotten a couple of targets. That one was high for him regardless, but also looked like good coverage in behind there. If Shumway had actually put it on his back hip, short might have been there, but he's actually trying to look for the over-the-top route that time. It's Lovell giving a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Lovell scouts Thermop enough. They know that they're going to throw it down deep to Dell. And Yarrington, whoever else is out there on the outside.
Shotgun snap now, going to set up that little screen dump off here as Farrell's going to try to get past Padilla that time, but he's drugged down there. Going to be a loss of a yard that time, actually a loss of a few yards back to the 47-yard line, so a 3-yard loss that time as Padilla was able to drag down Farrell as Rody tried to turn it back up the field, but Lovell was good roving that one. Ryan Ahrens, Chris Ahrens, Ethan Yarrington out to the far side left. Ball on the near side hash. You'll have Dell Duke slid out here to the near side right. Farrell off to the left side of Shumway. Shumway going to shout some commands out there to his trip set on the outside. Yarrington holding up his hands trying to get set, and now does. Shumway surveys the defense. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. Snap off his helmet's on the deck, and the Bulldogs are going to wrap it up there as Shumway couldn't get his eyes on that one. Not sure if the snap came quickly or what happened there, but bounced off the helmet of Shumway, swallowed up by the Bulldogs, and they'll have it back at the Bobcat 40-yard line. And a mistake that the Cats can't afford. Had to play cleanly football as we've seen the Bulldog offense kind of run rampant so far, now giving them a plus field.
Yeah, it just bounced right off Gavin's helmet, and then he couldn't locate the thing, and just laying on the ground. Big number 66 over there on the other side. Can't think of who his name is right now, but he just jumps on top of that thing.
Yeah, the turnover there for the Cats, so had something going there a little bit on the offensive side. Now the Bulldogs going to run it, throw it out for Nichols. Missed him, though, did Crosby, trying to set up a little bubble screen there to the outside, but threw it out in front of him. Probably final play of the quarter coming up here after the incompletion. Bulldogs lead at 13-0. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard, 4 seconds to play in the opening quarter of football here from Hot Springs County High School. Bobcats looking for their first defensive stop, maybe trying to get Bulldogs to go quickly, see if they can chop them down early in this one, set up a 3rd down and longer to start the third quarter. But no, it's going to be Nichols here bouncing to the outside, picking up blocks and runs over one man there, and finally picked up and tackled by Gavin Shumway there, but it's all the way down at the 22-yard line, so it looks like an 18-yard pickup to end the quarter. 1 quarter in the books. Lovell Bulldogs 13, Thermopolis Bobcats 0. Back after this on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
And we're back live here in the broadcast booth at Leroy Hayes Field. Jordan McCamey, Kevin Simpson. Second quarter set to get underway. Kevin, Bobcats got to find a way to get some stops here defensively.
You said it. I don't know. Yeah, it's been the Achilles heel of the Bobcats all season long.
Going to be a throw here for Crosby. Going to throw it outside in the flat. A man coming back to it there. Swallowed up quickly. That was, and now a flag came out late as Yarrington brought down his man. That was Padilla with the reception down at the 20 or the 19-yard line. So right now it's a pickup of about 3 yards. But looks like the way they're discussing it, looking back at the Cats, like they may have committed the infraction. Personal foul, face mask. Not sure. Must have been somewhere in the secondary because it didn't look like it was on the play there from was it Yarrington that made that tackle?
Yeah, I didn't think it was on the
tackle.
Looked
like a great takedown, little bear hug throwdown there by Yarrington, but must have been a face mask there somewhere in the defensive secondary. So erase I guess give him the 3-yard pickup and then tack on, I guess from the 19 it's going to be
about 9-10 yards.
Well, yeah, almost a 10-yard penalty. So the Bulldogs going to have a 1st and goal coming up. 11:54 to go, 9 yards separating them from a 3-score lead here. Couple of backs in the backfield, pair of nickels there as Crosby's going to throw it here into the flat now, and now he's got Padilla running straight up the field there. Set up a little cut inside screen there as Padilla came back for it, and the Bobcats bit on a little outside action, and Padilla had nothing but green grass in the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. 19-0 Lovell here early on in quarter number 2 with 11:42 to play on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard.
That's just a little bubble screen that came running back, and Padilla just chased the line all the way down and found a spot, and he's a quick little guy.
Yeah, Cats had a couple of players up the field there, but couldn't get their hands on Padilla as he slips through for the 6 that time as the PAT's coming. Another low heater there. That one looked outside, and it was outside again. 19-0. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. It will remain as the Bulldogs tack on another touchdown. Bobcat offense got to find some fire here on the other side. This is Bobcat football on the Wind River Radio Network.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
Bobcats set to receive this kickoff here off the foot of the Bulldogs, off the tee and heading towards the end zone and running into the end zone here as Thermopolis will start at their own 20-yard line. Thermop just needs to find some kind of extended drive here. Of course, it really does need to end in points, but just can't keep letting the Bulldogs get the ball back and keep running at your defense when you pretty much have all two-way players for the Cats and not a whole lot of relief.
Yeah, and I think they've got 1 first down here in the first quarter, so I ain't going to get the job done.
Thermopolis will send trips out to the outside right, moving right to left now as you tune into this one on 101.7 KDNO. Quick snap here. It's straight to Farrell. Farrell up the field, bounce to the outside, beating one man, beating two, and run over a third. Ran over a third there up near the 30-yard line. Maybe mark him at the 27, and a Bulldog stays down momentarily. Actually marked out 28, so 8 yards on first down for the Cats, and leaving under his own power was Padilla. He's going to come up off the field, but the referee's going to make him head out of the contest real quick, at least for one play. Well, actually, they're going to let him stay in there. So maybe just got the wind knocked out of him, not sure. And head coach Crosby over there going to let him stay in the contest here. So
he's coming off.
He is now coming off to the sidelines. No,
he's not.
Yeah,
I thought when they stopped the clock, you have to take him out of the game for a play.
Yeah, but apparently not. So the clock is running at 10:55 to go here in the second quarter. Cats looking to cut into this 19-0 lead. Shumway and Farrell in the backfield here. Farrell took the Wildcat snap last time. Del Duke split here to the near side. Solo man there. Trips out to the far side right. Hard count now. Comes into Shumway. Give for Farrell. Farrell runs up the field. Maybe stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe give him a yard.
Yep, they're going to give him a yard. They're moving the stick.
They moved the stick. Third down and short. Have Dukes the single man again. AD Brandon Dermody on the hydration route there.
At least he does one thing right.
Picked it up on the way by here. 10:05 to go in the second quarter. Shumway has it now. Little RPO gives for Farrell. He's got the first down plus a couple more out near the 40 or the 35-yard line out to the 33. So give him 4 yards that time. The Bobcats an important first down there just to keep the ball moving forward now. And a little bit, you know what? Maybe only a 4-yard run there, but a little success on the ground is good to see for this Cat offense.
More importantly, positive in the rushing yards now on the stats.
That is good. That is good news. I was going to say, yeah, it's all laughs, all jokes aside, the Cats, anything they get positively on the run game is good for the offense, sets up the passing that they like to do. They'll continue to send those trips out to the far side right with the ball on that far side hash. Del Dukes a single man here to the near side. Not much help this way. As Dukes will run, they'll look to throw it now. Dukes just a one-on-one. It's over the top. He's got him, and Dukes brings it in, and he's got nothing but green grass as he scampers in for the Bobcats touchdown. A 66-yard strike. Shumway to Dukes. Saw it. No help over the top, and Dukes burned him as Dell sprints in for the touchdown. Bobcats on the board, 19-6. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard.
You smell that? It smells like toast.
It does, absolutely.
Just torched that guy. Once it dropped in there, it was a foot race. I knew who was going to win that one.
Well, that was a smooth route run there and nothing but a little air underneath it there from Shumway. They'll go for the fake. Shumway actually high snap on the PAT attempt. Tried to throw it for Farrell. Nearly intercepted in the end zone. So the PAT attempts for the two teams so far tonight, 0 for 4. But the Bobcats are on the board with a 66-yard strike for Gavin Shumway to Del Duke. So a big play has the Bobcats on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. They trail it 19-6 and kick it off to the Bulldog offense next on the Wind River Radio Network.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
Come back to live action here as the Bobcats kick it short, and it's picked up there by an up man for Lovell, who brings it in at the 41-yard line. Number 11, Braxton Felkins brought that one in there. The Cats maybe trying to just kick it over the top there, caused a little bit of confusion, but right into the hands of Felkins.
Well, Felkins didn't even, like, he fielded
like
clean.
He's gonna give himself up.
And he was going to give himself up, and it gave Dell a chance to try to strip that ball out. I'm like, he clearly wasn't going to run with that. He was going to go down, but stood up long enough for Dell to try at least make a swipe at it.
We'll see if that momentous offensive play there can spur on some defensive dominance here for the Bobcats on this drive for the Bulldogs. 9:17 to go, 19-6 Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Bobcats trail it here. Now they'll run an end-around play. Cats trying to chop it down now, but heading forward, number 24, Adnan Khan picked up a chunk yardage there into Cat territory at the 45, so a 14-yard pickup there on the first down play. Yarrington able to chop him down there in the end.
14-yarder.
And, you know, they had a couple of guys getting up through those defenders there, but just couldn't get their hands on him. And so, again, the Bobcats trying to push up the field, but it is a big boy mismatch up front here with this Bulldog front line.
Has been most season.
Short shotgun snap, throw it out for Nichols. Nichols has the pass there. This is Ben Nichols, and he finally is chopped down out there short of the first down marker. Picked up about 8 yards on that first down play as they were kind of run that quick out route there. That one was a little forward pass.
That one was a
so
forward
we'll give
pass.
Crosby the passing yardage, and it was 7 yards on that one.
I was going to say, we had a pretty good angle at that one. That was right down the 50.
That one was right down the line. I don't always get a lot of good looks, but that one we did. 8:15 to go, second quarter, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Motion here for the Bulldogs, handed up straight up the middle for Nichols, bounces it to the outside, and then spun down. Ball was out for a moment, and Nichols immediately hands to the helmet there, so he was down for a second and then pops up quickly under his own power, so good to see that. Saw his hands go to his helmet real quick as the ball spun out of bounds. It'll be a first down, though, down to the, was that the 32-yard line?
How many yards did you get there, Jordan?
8 yards on that carry.
I was trying to sort out which number that was. I had Ben Nichols, I believe, right?
Yeah, it was Ben Nichols. Yes, correct. Yep, you have that one right. It's a couple of times the ball's been squirting around. Maybe not right. Maybe it might have been the ground contact, but a couple of times it's been loose here. Bulldogs ready now. They'll send a man here to the outside. It's going to be Preston Nichols this time. Cats, though, string this one out, and a great tackle there as diving into that, make that play is Rhodey Farrell, and that might have been a tackle maybe for loss or right at the line of scrimmage.
I think that was
They're going to back it up just a smidge, so a little TOL there for Rhodey Farrell.
That was I believe that was I call that a rush. That was a lateral.
Yeah, it was a lateral. They were kind of trying to set up the same play that they had for Ben Nichols going to the far side to the near side that time, but Rhodey did a great job of following that one in the defensive line. Armani Dukes on that side stretched that play out, and the Cats able to make a defensive stop there and first down. Clock ticks under 7 minutes to go. Now motion here from the near to the far side, and the Cats again in the backfield, but Kahn coming forward, and he's got speed there as he'll get inside the 20-yard line. So ball was at the at the 33-yard line, and it's now down to the, it's like the 16. So it's, is that a 15-yard pickup that time?
I believe so. Looking to see where they spot this.
Yeah, 33 down to the, well, yeah, trying to see where the spot is. It's inside the 10-yard line. To 14 maybe?
It's inside the 15. It's inside the 15.
Okay, right at the, well, it's inside
So it's
the
at
50,
14, yeah.
so it's at the 14-yard line, came from the 33, so a 19-yard pickup there. Now timeout on the field. Lovell 19, Thermopolis 6. Bobcats trying to get a red zone stop on the other side of this break on 101.7 KDNO. And we're back here on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO. The Cats going to look to try to get a stop on this defensive play. Rhodey Farrell here on the sidelines getting a little re-tape job going here on the sidelines. And now the snap handed up right up the middle here. This one's for Jared Mangus, and Mangus still on his feet, driving forward near the goal line. And they're going to mark him maybe just short, but right at the half-yard, at the 1-inch line. Call that literally a 14-yard pickup. It'd be about
It's officially 13.
13 and 15/16 of a yard that time. So
Joe Doak over there now.
Yeah.
Says, right here, right here. He's all over it.
So the ball down at the 1 here. The Bulldogs, this would be a heck of a stand for the Cats right now to make 4 stops in a row at the goal line. So that'd be quite the play, but that's the job right now with 6:20 to go here in the second quarter. Snap for Lovell, hand it right up the middle. Had a tackle there for a moment, but diving into the end zone looked like Jaden Schneider, number 10.
That's what I got.
Is that what that you see there? Number 10, Jaden Schneider with the 1-inch touchdown, but give him a full yard there for the official stat. So Snyder punches in the Lovell touchdown. They go on top 25-6. So back up by 19. Going to try for the PATs, correct myself. They're 1 for 4 combined for the team so far, trying to keep it above 25% here.
Yep, good catch.
Mangus will do the kicking here. High snap through the hands of the up man there, and now into the backfield. It's Mangus, and the Cat's going to take it. Now a man wide open in the back of the end zone, and finally batted away there. That would have been the most wild 2-point conversion you ever seen, but the Bulldogs going to fail on another PAT and go up 25-6. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats have it again here in the second quarter next on the Wind River Radio Network. Streaming to YouTube via yotoday.com on the Wind River Radio Network.
7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
So again, the Bulldogs have to keep this finger on the tee here. Number 73, Brody Muller, going to hold this one down here for Mangus. Mangus kicks it. Low squirter now going to come up the field here. Picked up now by the man Del Dukes. Pops it to the outside, trying to break a couple of tackles, and hit hard there by the Bulldog defense at the 22-yard line. And again, so saw Dukes and Farrell back there for that one, and does look like Rody's going to come back out onto the field there after getting taped up. Look like there he comes off the sideline now, so he's taped up. So something on the hand there. Looked like they were taping up for Rody. So see if that causes any kind of he's got his hand taped up pretty good here. See if that causes any kind of issue. Needs a little help with the helmet snap as they're going to pump the play clock here. 6:09 to go. Second quarter. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Lovell Bulldogs 25, Thermopolis Bobcats 6.
And he usually wears gloves too, so.
Shumway in the shotgun set, trips in a single, far to the near side. Now Farrell goes in motion to the far side, low snap, and now Shumway's going to take it right up the field here. Going to look for a block, try to cut it up the field now. Going to get some positive yardage out of this, though. Looks like he got about 4 or 5 out of that. Well, where are they going to mark that? Up at the 26, 27-yard line, 5-yard pickup. So good 5-yard burst there from Gavin. So some positive plays happening on the ground here early in the plays. Good first down play to set up the short sticks. Shumway sets up the standard 2 twins look, far and near side. Now the look, throw it out, up over the top, and Duke stopped, and then intercepting it is Jared Mangus. Mangus now going to start his return, cuts it back up the field. Swallowed up by Mason Reese and taken down by a combination. Now a flag comes out late by the back judge, and that's unfortunately looking like an area of horse collar or face mask type potential there. That was interesting. I think that Shumway and Del Dukes were on a different page there because Del cut that route off short, and Shumway threw it over the top, and it was an easy little catch on the interception for Mangus.
Yeah, I thought they were going to run the same play they just scored on, and think Gavin did too, and Dell obviously was not, like you said, not on the same page.
A little miscommunication there. And as we said, it was kind of in that area of the face mask, and that's what's going to be. So an interception at the Cat 40, or at the Bulldog 45, return to the Cat 40. Now tack on 15 more down to the 32. So from the 47 to the 32 now, and the Bulldogs with a short field. 5:17 to go. We talked about these mistakes that the Cats can't give the Bulldogs a short field. Now they have it, and it's Crosby under center. He'll hand it off now for Mangus. Mangus driving forward, staying on his feet, bouncing around, and he'll head into the end zone, Kevin. That's another touchdown for the Lovell Bulldogs, and that's a 32-yard touchdown run for Jared Mangus. So add another touchdown score to the stat sheet for the Lovell Bulldogs, and 2 touchdowns in a matter of 25 seconds for the Bulldogs. Has them on top 31-6.
Yeah, you do a one-play turnover drive with the Bobcats, they turn around and do a one-play touchdown drive on you.
That's the
reality we're in right now.
Say in October, that's the old witch's cauldron disastrous situation for the Cats. They blocked the PAT this time, so get a little positivity defensively as looked like Mason Reese got his hands on that one. So another failed PAT keeps it a 6-point touchdown with no PAT. 31-6, the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard reads now with 5:08 remaining in the first half. Cats going to try to add their own score next on 101.7 KDNO.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
Welcome back to a blustery evening here in Hot Springs County as the Bobcats trail this one 31-6. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Bulldogs set to kick this one away. Looks like Farrell and Aaron's back there to try to do the return work. Kicked by Mangus. He's going to kick it out to Ahrens. Ahrens has it. He'll come here to the near side. Now cuts it outside, trying to get past one. Does. Breaks a tackle there out across the 25 to the 28-yard line. So decent return there for Ryan Ahrens to set up the Cats outside the 20. See what the Cats have in the old playbook here on this drive as this one starting to get to that stretch out point where you start to get a little worried here. Don't want to give the Bulldogs too many more chances because, again, the Cats are going to have to kick it away to start half number 2 as well. This is one where you want to get some points, obviously, but you also want to do it by chewing up a lot of this clock if you can.
Yeah, you want to chew up about at least good 4 minutes of this.
Preferably 5 minutes.
Okay.
On
5 minutes exactly would be perfect.
5 minutes, little squib kick, and head to the locker room. But see what the Cats have here is Farrell and Shemway going to be in the backfield. They'll send Chris Ahrens and Ethan Yarrington to the near side. You got Dell Dukes and Ryan Ahrens to the far side right. Cats in those purple jerseys, pink socks here. Again, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Shotgun snap, little RPO look here. Shumway is going to hand it off. He's taken down deep in the backfield there as number 75, Zane Collins, with a big tackle for loss. Looks like a loss of about 4 yards on that first down play. So back to that script for the Cats on the negative first down plays. They've been a killer tonight.
Yeah, the run for the Bobcats is really, the last half of the season's really eluded them, I think.
It has, and say, had that couple of games they won in a row where they really had some success on the ground, but now having to go to the air so often, defenses has really adapted here, and Shumway going to be in the shotgun set with Farrell on his left side. Now he'll look to throw. Now he's going to tuck it down and keep it, and then he's going to try to throw it up the field. He is looking for Ahrens, Chris Ahrens, and Yarrington were kind of in the same area. A little bit too much on that one. Shumway actually had a man open, but a little overthrow there. Easy to do when you're kind of scampering for your life.
Yeah, and he was about to the point where he had to throw it or he was going to be across the line of scrimmage, but he had some zip on that moving forward.
Well, 4:19 to go here in the second quarter. Remember, stick around for the Hot Springs Health halftime show. We'll give you a full stat recap. We'll talk about the keys to the second half. Also take a look across prep football as well. Maybe talk about some of these seniors here for the Cat football team and others across the sports spectrum here at Hot Springs County High School. Third down and a long play here for the Cats. 14 yards of pickup. Trips to the far side right. Single man. Del Dukes here to the near side left. Ball in the middle of the field. Shumway got rid of it quickly. Going to get it back now. Has a man completed, but nowhere near the first down. Maybe picked up a yard that time. Might have been, was that Ethan Yarrington?
Yep.
So Yarrington with a yard pickup there, and the Cats going to have to kick this one away. Going to let some time tick off here, but not a whole lot. Bulldogs have another chance here with a little more than 3 minutes left in the half for sure.
Kind of surprised Lovell didn't burn a timeout here.
Well, as quick as they've been making work lately, Kevin, not sure that they're in a situation yet that they have to, but you're right, they could have given themselves even more time as they'll send back the speedy Padilla and Mangus back, I believe, to do the receiving. Farrell going to be able to get the kickoff. This one actually looking good across the 50. Checks up this time, though, and now takes a Thermopolis spill forward near the 40-yard line. Going to be set up about the 42. So at least Rhodey did a good job of flipping it into Lovell territory that time. Wasn't under quite as much duress.
They sent a guy back there, like kind of about where he's been kicking a lot of his punts, and just hung up there long enough for Dell to get down there and cover it, so there's no return.
Well, and that's the one that you want to get going. You can kind of see the fall leaves blowing across the field, and they are kind of blowing out of the south, kind of out of the southwest here. So the Bulldogs moving into the wind right now, but right now they haven't had to take it to the air too often, so no real issue for them. But we'll see what they have cooked up on this drive as they lead it now by 25 with 3:24 to go in the first half. Motion now from the far to the near side. A lot of motion now. Give it for Mangus. Mangus hit quickly out to the line of scrimmage out near the 45-yard line. So they'll mark it. So a 3-yard pickup on first down for Mangus. Armani Dukes with the stop there. So Armani, it's good. You can see that wrap on the right side for that knee that he's been dealing with. Looking a lot better than last week, but still not looking 100% out there. We haven't seen him on the offensive side of things, so trying to, get him on the side of the ball where maybe he can make the most difference is probably what head coach McPhee's thinking. So good to see him out there and a good stop that time. Got a shotgun set for Crosby, one man in the backfield now. Motion from the near to the far side for Ben Nichols. Has it, gets a blocker. He's out in the open field now, picks up the first down plus more and drug out right around the 40-yard line. So if it's at the 40, that's a 15-yard pickup. And just inside the 40, so call it 16 yards.
And who'd you have? Was that which? I cannot get these Nichols
Ben
boys
Nichols.
straight.
Ben Nichols,
Yeah.
number 36. It's tough. It's tough right now because it's 36 and 38,
Yeah.
and they have the big numbers there. They look very similar there.
And they're running away from you a little bit. It's hard to see them.
And say, hiring a spotter, it pays nothing, but
Right,
you can
yeah.
come hang out with us. So if that
Yeah.
sounds like an attractive job position for you, we'll take you.
Yeah.
First down play for the Bulldogs. This is Preston Nichols this time, and he has nearly another first down out near the 30-yard line. And that's where they'll mark it, so 9 yards on the first down play there for Preston Nichols. And the clock running now under 2 minutes to play, and Lovell kind of doing what we thought the Cats might need to do as Chase Muller comes off the field. Quick snap now, they'll go fast. They'll give for Mangus. Mangus deep in the backfield now, though, but gets past a couple of Cats and finally tackled from behind there. As I think Dukes ran, no, that was Chris Ahrens that ran that play down. Ball inside the 25 at the 23. So it looked like that was a pickup of about, what do they mark it at 23? So it's about a 7-yard pickup. Now about 7 yards on that play to pick up a first down now. Again, 90 seconds still to play in the half. Crosby in the backfield. Preston Nichols now. Ben Nichols comes across the play. They'll give for Preston Nichols. Hit initially, runs through a couple of Cats there. They'll finally stacked up at the 20-yard line. So 4-yard pickup, and now the Bulldogs are going to burn a timeout. So we'll take it with them here. Minute 15 to play in half number 1. Lovell Bulldogs 31, Hot Springs County High School Bobcats 6. This is Cat Football on 101.7 KDNO on the Wind River Radio Network.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
2nd down and 7 play upcoming here for Lovell out of the timeout, trying to add to their 25-point lead. Check in on some other scores across the Wind River Radio Network at the halftime mark. A lot of Fremont County teams trailing right now. Nichols motion across near to far side. Ben Nichols has it now, breaking tackles, breaking another inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. So a 16-yard burst there coming out of the timeout, and Lovell's going to try to go quickly here with just about a minute to play, and they're already set on the ball. They got to wait for a man to come off the field. Actually, that's Crosby. It's going to come and pick up the play all the way from the sideline here. They might bring the play in. This might be another timeout situation. We'll see as coaching staff over there bringing in the play, but a lot of the clock getting chewed up here now with 45 seconds to go, but they're going to have time to get this one off if they go quickly. Looks to the armband now. Has Preston Nichols, the deep man. You got Ben Nichols here on the near side right in the backfield set. Motion from the near to the far side. High snap, but they're going to keep it with Crosby, and he'll add his name to the score sheet as he goes in from 4 yards out at the 24-second mark of quarter number 2. 37-6 now, a 31-point lead for the Bulldogs. And again, this is the number 1 team in 2A coming in, and the Bobcats knew it was going to be a big job. And right now, we've talked about a lot. Coach McPhee's talked about have to play mistake-free football, and it just hasn't been the case so far for Thermopolis, and they just don't have the size to stop this this monster up front for the Bulldogs.
It's been a recurring theme here the last 3 games probably, is just Bobcats can't get off the field defensively.
Mangus going to kick this one. Got a good leg into it, but got it that time. Got it to split the uprights, so it's going to be 38-6. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats trail this one. Chance for maybe a return and one Hail Mary play before the halftime mark. Cats trail this one big by 32 here in the first half on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard on the Wind River Radio Network.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
Cats see if they can maybe get a Rhodey Farrell kick return here, but it's not going to be back there. It's actually going to be Dell Duke, so that hand may be an issue for Farrell as the ball checks up short. Aaron's able to get it on a bounce, had it at the 15. Now going to try to stretch it out to the far side. Has some yardage moving forward. Now going to head out of bounds right around the 30-yard line, I think. And now flag, so could possibly be a face mask situation. You had Farrell on the sideline again. He's going to come back in. Not sure if they were just kind of rechecking that tape or what it was, but Ryan Aarons has done a pretty good job on the return game so far tonight.
Yeah, he might just be banged up and they're limiting his exposure back there for an injury. I'm not
well,
sure.
I mean, for sure we know he is. I mean, you started with no tape on the hand.
Yeah,
Now he's got a handful of tape.
Fine.
So we for sure know that he is. But right now the situation, the referee's talking things over. The flag is in an interesting spot at the 43-yard line. The play ended at the, what do they have it marked, at the 29? It looks like it's going to go against Thermopolis.
Block in the back. But then they're going to decline that, and they're going to do a holding and back accept that one. That's what's going to happen.
All right, so the ball back to the 18-yard line now. So erase the Aaron's positive return now, and the Cats just going to maybe try for a couple of plays here, see if they can make something happen.
Got to be careful here, though, because you're in pick six territory down
I
here.
think right now, though, for the Cats and head coach McVie, you can kind of play with reckless abandon right now down by 32.
Yeah.
You're right. You don't want to throw a pick six. You don't want to Dalton it up here right now. You want to be safe, but at the same time, you're looking for a home run hitter here. And again, Dukes is by himself on an island out here. They do have safety help in Padilla. He's got wheels, and now he's going to shade this way as they move motion that way. But they are going to throw it up here for Aaron's on a wheel route, and they actually ended up getting Dukes opening up more in the middle as they shaded. It was almost like should have gone for the underneath route.
And we have a flag on the other side of the field.
So a flag possibly. That's in the area of holding, is it not?
It might be offsides. Someone might have came across early.
Okay. So waiting for this call, and it is going to be against the Cats. They're going to decline that penalty, though, as Cats going to have a couple more, maybe one more play. 12 seconds ago, maybe two more plays if they try to air it out. But right now, I mean, Bulldogs just in a shell coverage. I feel like I wouldn't motion anything towards Dell's side. I mean, you might as well try a one-on-one battle here. Padilla's right in the center of the field. He's going to come play center field, but, if you can get it there quickly, just play it, because Padilla right now not shading that way. Snap quickly, and he's one-on-one right now, and it's thrown over the top, and Duke's trying to get it. It's intercepted. No, it's dropped in the end there as Mangus had an interception. A lot of contact there, too. But I was going to say, you have to try to expose that matchup.
Right.
And Duke's actually had the superior position, kind of went through his hands, gave Mangus a chance there. And, Duke's usually pretty sure-handed that time, so not used to seeing Dell drop one.
Bounced off his hands and then.
Yeah, nearly handed it right off to Mangus. And 5 seconds to go. Again, they're going to bring a man out here in a double coverage here on Dukes. And now they're going to have to bring Nichols inside as Farrell comes. So now they'll give Shumway run to the outside, and he runs out of bounds. No time left. Actually, the referee is going to say there's 1 second left, Kevin. So hold on, boys. I think they're going to get one more play because they said he went out of bounds at 1 second. So one more Hail Mary chance possibly for the Cats if they want it. I mean, obviously you're hoping for hope's sake for a 75-yard touchdown strike. I mean, but at the same time, you know what? If you got a chance to run the play, you might as well run it. And I truly don't. I mean, I get Padilla's just playing center field out there, and he's got wheels, but I don't understand why. Oh, then they finally will move Padilla way over this time. He's going to play double coverage on Del Duke. So finally they're getting the safeties set up where they need to. And you see if you run Farrell on that little wheel look, if you can get Dukes going downfield, create some space here on the near side. We'll find out, though, as Shumway going to take the final snap of the half here as now Farrell goes in motion here to the near side. Shumway keeps on him, takes a snap now. Now they look to throw a wheel. They do have Farrell. He's face guarded there, and no penalty coming in. Preston Nichols and Padilla had a coming together. I think Nichols is going to be fine. So Ben Nichols is on the deck. They're going to be all right. Little friendly fire there. So hopefully Ben Nichols is all right and looks like he'll walk that one off. But we are at the half. So Hot Springs Health halftime show coming up next. Bobcats trail this one by 32. Lovell Bulldogs 38. Number one team in 2A. Hot Springs County High School Bobcats 6. Hot Springs Health halftime show next on the Wind River Radio Network 101.7 KDNO.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
Seven Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Worland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton? Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Hello and welcome inside the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO, streaming to YouTube via YOtoday.com. Jordan McCamey, Kevin Simpson with you. Halftime score, Lovell Bulldogs 38, Thermopolis Bobcats 6, and we're head right into our stats, and we're going to get one eye on those stats here with Kevin.
All right, let's take a look at the Lovell Bulldogs first. Crosby at quarterback. He's only rushed the ball one time for 4 yards, but that rush resulted in a touchdown. He has thrown 5 passes, completed 3 of them for 21 yards and a touchdown as well. Ben Nichols, the beneficiary of the rushing game so far tonight, at least in the yardage category, 10 rushes, 106 yards, although he doesn't have a touchdown tonight on the ground. He has caught 1 pass for 7 yards. Mangus has 5 carries for 40 yards, no touchdowns for him, but Preston Nichols, number 38 out there, 8 carries, 58 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Annan Khan has 3 carries, 39 yards. And then we'll move down to Snyder has 1 carry for 1 yard and a touchdown. And Padilla has caught 2 passes for 14 yards and a touchdown. Offensive totals for them, I've got 28 carries, 248 yards, 4 touchdowns on the ground. 3 for 5 passing, 21 yards and a touchdown for them. So 269 yards of total offense for the Lovell Bulldogs. We're going to move up to the Thermopolis Bobcats. Not a whole lot to talk about on the Bobcats side in the first half. Gavin Shumway's carried the ball 5 times, negative 8 yards for him and a fumble. Fumble really one that caromed off of his helmet. He's thrown the ball 16 times, only completed 6 of those for 89 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rody Farrell, I have officially, I got to change. That's the reason I have his number wrong here. He has 7 carries for 16 yards. He has caught the ball 1 time for negative 3. And then we're going to move on over to Dell Dukes, 3 catches, 83 yards. That big one goes for a touchdown for Dell Dukes. Ryan Aarons caught 1 ball for 8 yards. And Ethan Yerington has 1 catch for 1 yard. Offensive totals for the Bobcats. I have, after I refigured my stats, this actually makes a little more sense. I have 8 yards of rushing offense for the Bobcats, 89 yards of passing for a total of 97 yards of offense for the Bobcats. So Bobcats still haven't reached the 100 yards yet of total offense, and the Lovell Bulldogs 269. And those are your one-eyed Buffalo. Getting one-eyed look at the stats brought to you by the One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company in Thermopolis, Wyoming.
How was that prime rib last week?
Delicious. I didn't even eat it all. It was so big. It was phenomenal. My parents are in town from Iowa, and Mama always loves the lobster mac as a staple of the Thermopolis trip for Becky Simpson out of Redfield, Iowa. There you go. But she loves that lobster mac, and if you go to One-Eye Buffalo, you ain't going to go wrong with pretty much anything on that menu.
No, absolutely. I'd say big fan of the mussels.
Oh, I love the
appetizers. Get a little bread, dip it in there. So
I don't even call it appetizer. I eat that for dinner.
Oh, absolutely. If you got that by yourself, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I need about 2 sticks of butter in my life.
So. Who doesn't?
Who doesn't need 2 sticks of butter?
A lot of things can be cured with beer and butter, and they have both of them over there at One-Eyed Buffalo.
Well, that's our one-eyed look at the stats brought to you by One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company here in Thermopolis, Wyoming. Bobcats trail this one 38-6 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard here on the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show. On the other side, we get our keys to the second half with Kevin. That'll come your way next. This is the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show on 101.7 KDNO on the Wind River Radio Network.
Did you know that Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center. It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4 on North Federal in Riverton. The smart way to roll.
Seven Lazy S Cafe and Bar in Thermopolis invites you to try the best breakfast in Wyoming. Try some of the hit dishes like the biscuits and gravy, the chicken fried steak, and the huevos rancheros. If it translates to ranch eggs, you know it'll be good. Try over 20 breakfast items on the menu. Find the kind of cooking that keeps you wanting more at 109 South 6th Street in Thermopolis. 7 Lazy S Cafe and Bar. Open Friday through Tuesday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for dinner, 4:30 to 9 p.m.
And welcome back inside the Hot Springs Health Halftime Show. Jordan McCamey, Kevin Simpson with you. We're going to jump into our keys to the second half here. And for those, turn it over to our man, Kevin.
Having a plan to your future, one of the best keys you can have to your future is having sound financial planning. And Travis Winger, Edward Jones in Thermopolis, Wyoming, is someone to talk to about your financial plan. And his keys to the second half I've got right now is get a stop. And we talked about that here in the first half. I know it sounds kind of silly or redundant, but the Bobcats have really struggled with getting stops here in the last 3 games of their season here, and basically just kind of getting run over a little bit. So getting some stops, you know what's going to happen. Bulldogs are going to run the ball right at you, right? And so the Bobcats need to toughen up, get a stop. Second one is don't be so one-dimensional. You heard Coach McPhee talk about in the pregame interview. They want to get the running game going. You do have to keep them honest. You can't just do deep shots down the field. Even those short intermittent passes kind of count, and we talk about not being so one-dimensional and just taking those long shots down the field. And the third key I have is it's the end of the season. You can't hold anything back. Like, let's see some fireworks out there. Maybe a couple trick plays that we haven't seen. I know that Coach always has something laying around in his back pocket. I assume that if we get a score again, we're going to see some sort of onside kick again. You never know what's going to happen. But like I said, it's the end of the season, Jordan. You can't hold anything back.
Can't hold anything back now.
Those are your Edward Jones Keys to the Game, brought to you by your local financial advisor, Travis McFly Winger.
And thank you for those keys of the second half, Kevin, as we are just about ready for a second half football. Maybe we'll see a little hook and ladder, a little Statue of Liberty play. It's the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Get them all out right now. Is going to have to pull out all the stops here as the number 1 Lovell Bulldogs are all over the Bobcats, 38-6 here in the beginning of the second half.
I mean, stranger things have happened. Remember that time Bobby Boucher came back and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl?
Absolutely. Hey, SCLSU Mud Dogs. 58-6, your score at the halftime mark. That wraps up our Hot Springs Health halftime show. On the other side, the Bobcats kick it away to the Bulldogs on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be the exceptional prenatal care offered by our providers? Or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you know you can find all of this and more.
I'm Travis Winger. I'm a financial advisor with Edward Jones. And we do, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones financial advisor Travis Winger, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
And we're ready for second half action on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO. Streaming to YouTube via wildtoday.com. Head on over to wildtoday.com. Click on that sports tab, take you to our sports landing page. Click on the hot link that says click here to watch live local high school sports. Take you to our YouTube page. And click on the Thermopolis versus Lovell game to get to the live video and audio streaming throughout the sports season. Of course, we'll have football coverage. We'll have basketball coverage this winter as well on the Wind River Radio Network. Myself, Jordan McCain, bringing you that. Maybe we'll see some guest appearances from Kevin Simpson, but right now probably got to possibly bid adieu on the football season. But you know what? We'll have Bobcat coverage all winter season long as well on the Wind River Radio Network.
Maybe I'll pop down to the old gymnasium and see what's going on. Maybe we can get a
new halftime segment, brew at the break. I don't think they're going to approve of that one, though.
What's bugging Kevin?
Yeah. Yeah, call you in directly from OEB for the halftime show. 12 minutes up on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard here. Bobcats going to kick it away down 38-6. McCumber strides forward and now kicks it ahead into that second part of the level coverage there. And the big man there swallows that one up. Look like number 65. Casey Jordan, 68 that time with the recovery. Yeah. Don't have the number 60. There's a couple of players out there. Maybe James Love, 68.
I would guess so.
Yeah, it's a big James Love there.
That is 60. He's right there.
Yeah, he is. All right, so recovery there. So just 1 second ticks off. The Bulldogs going to go back to work on the offensive side of things here. Getting up by 32. Twins out to the right side. One man here to the near side left. Motion to the far side, handed off for Ben Nichols, finds a hole, now running ahead. Shumway blocked off there, Nichols into the open field, has a man to beat, tries to break one tackle, spun down though at the end there by number 55. Is that Zane Stam out there with the tackle?
Where did they start that from?
Well, they started right around the 30-yard line. So 30 down to the Cat 25, so a 45 pickup. 45-yard pickup.
Yep.
So just 11 seconds run off here, and the Bulldogs already down at the Cat 26-yard line. Clock running now. Again, they'll send twins here to the near side this time with Mangus being one of them, Blake Wilson the other receiver, Padilla out to the far side right, motion near to far side. They'll hand it off for Mangus. Mangus trying to get his blocker follow there, now turns it up the field, has the first down a little bit more, going to look for the pylon, and he'll head into the end zone. Touchdown. A 26-yard touchdown run for Jared Mangus, and that was quick work there by the Lovell Bulldogs as they go on top 44-6.
2 plays and 71 yards, basically. Yep.
So Mangus will try to add the extra point. He's had struggles here, gotten the boot to it a couple times, but been wide here recently. Get the snap, good hold. Kick is up. Got a good kick on it that time. It was no good again. So 44-6. Your score on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Bobcats get their first crack at the offense in half number 2 next on the Wind River Radio Network.
For a place to relax, sip on your favorite specialty lattes or tea, and find the best gifts for any occasion, Storyteller is the place for you. Books brimming with compelling stories, gifts for the kids like Legos and coloring projects, and something for your family and friends like hats, jewelry, or a bag of award-winning Mountain Air roasted jackrabbit Java. To learn more, visit StorytellerYO.com or swing by at 524 Broadway in Thermopolis.
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit, because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
44-6, Pinnacle Bank scoreboard is back live at Leroy Hayes Field as Mangus kicks this one off. It's a rocket down the field, picked up by Dukes into the end zone now, and that'll be a touchback there. I saw a stone pebble spill across the ground there. I saw a stone, and then I saw him heading back towards the offensive side. I was like, hey, maybe a little early stone pebble sighting here in half number 2, but no, he's going to head back over to the sideline there as the Cats trail this one by 38.
Might have to drag Gavin off the field for senior night.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, these seniors are going to keep giving. We talked a little bit about that. I said there's some other programs kids may have given in a lot more, but these kids show up every week and give it the full effort, and I expect nothing different here in half number 2 as Gavin's set to get the first play of the second half going. Hard count there. Now gives it. Now give for Farrell. No, keeps it himself. Comes up the middle. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard there. Yeah, give him a yard that time.
I will give him a yard.
Positive play, blustery night here in Thermopolis as, again, we have the Friday Night Lights. Again, senior night, capping it off. The volleyball team played earlier as well against Worland. Didn't see the final on that one, but they were inside. That one got going a little bit late over there. Now the Cats trying to get something going. Nice little zip pass out here to Dell Dukes out near the 30-yard line. Going to be about a 8-yard pickup there for Dukes on that second down play. So a third and very manageable. And I can't imagine we're going to see the punting unit here in half number 2 regardless of what happens,
no,
Kevin. Unless it's on the back of the goal line or, right at the goal line or something. I can't imagine we're going to see the Cats kick this one away too much here in half number 2.
No.
But these are the kind of positions you want if you're the Cats here in the second half, is they have these third down and shorts. Give yourself a chance to pick these up with the run or the pass where you're not forced to go to the air all the time. Shumway takes the snap now, going to give it for Farrell. Farrell comes up the field, hit right at the 30-yard line. I think he has enough for the first down, but, man, he just barely got it. So give him the hard yard, and that'll be a first down for Rody Farrell in the Bobcat offense.
I missed the play before that. I was sorting through my stats.
Dell Dukes picked up a little 7-yard pickup on the little out route.
found another error. I'm just fumbling all over tonight,
Yeah.
Jordan.
Turnover. Kevin Simpson, look out. 9:45 and ticking away in the third quarter as Shumway surveys the defense here with a first down and 10 from the Cat 30-yard line. Snap now, little RPO option. Shumway's going to keep it here. Comes up the middle, got a yard there, then pushed backward and slammed to the ground there at the end of that one. As helped back up there by the defensive line of Lovell. Number 63, Curtis Miller with the tackle there. That's some big boys out there for Lovell. We have Ryan Ahrens, Delmonico Dukes here on the near side in a twin set. Ethan Yarrington, Chris Ahrens out to the far side left with Farrell and Shumway in the backfield. A little 4-3 defensive look here for Lovell. Got a shell coverage in the secondary, deep safety. Last couple of seconds of play clock. They get it off. Shumway going to throw it across the middle. A little too high there for Ahrens as Padilla threw him down. Now seeing if there's anything there. Nothing on the field that time as Padilla dragged Ahrens down, but looked like a clean one. Just had him by the jersey. Just always looks a little bit violent when you're going one way and get pulled back the other as Ahrens kind of looked around for it, but Padilla, sportsmanlike play, helped him back up off the turf. Third down and long now for Thermopolis. Send trips out to the far side left now. Ball in the center of the field on the 30-yard line. Delmonico Dukes the single man here. Safety help over the top, but not much now. It's a little one-on-one is Shumway. He's going to take it now. Threw it across, and again, too high from Gavin there. Had the play that time and thought they might send Dell on a little stop-and-go look there, but they tried to get the crossing route. And you know what, Kevin? I said that I didn't think we'd see the punting unit, but you know what? Call me wrong, as they're going to put Rhodey in to kick this one away back to the Lovell offense, and that drive sputters out for the Cats after picking up 10 yards. Again, trying to just get something to get this crowd into it. Is eerily quiet on senior night here at Hot Springs County High School. And again, they haven't had a whole lot to cheer about. The big 66-yard Del Dukes touchdown has been about the biggest play of the night. And the Cats need to try to make something happen here on special teams. Strip of football, get something to happen here on the special team side of things here with 8:37 to go in the third quarter. Farrell takes a snap, high snap, gets under control though, now sends it away. Good kick, high, arcing one across the 50 now, hits the turf, takes a Thermopolis bounce again inside the 40, and the Bulldogs swallow that up about the 37 or 38-yard line. So good job by Rhodey, flipped the field over to the Lovell side of things, but now the defense going to have to go back out there. And again, we talk about a lot. Ton of two-way players out there, no rest time for the weary out there for the Cats.
Nope, you flipped that field pretty quick, and Bobcats are just trying to find some answer out there and put some points on the board. And we talked about here, Bobcats just struggling to get stops, and here we go back on the defensive side.
Yeah, and again, you know, the Cats have done good throughout parts of the season making some plays, but right, I mean, you just look at this Lovell line. I mean, it is a true mismatch, and you know, they work hard trying to make the plays, but right now it is hard to win at the line when you are outsized by 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60 pounds in some situations out there, as the Bulldogs will go under center, hand it up the middle now. Bouncing outside is Mangus. Mangus breaks one more tackle. He's into the open field. He's up the sideline now. Now it's a foot race here towards the end zone. Cats trying to bring him down, but they will not. That is a touchdown run of 67 yards for Jared Mangus. And pending the PAT, Kevin, this is where the running clock could potentially get involved. It depends on the PAT, because right now it is 50-6. It's a 44-point lead. With the PAT, that would make it the 45-point lead necessary to start a running clock. And it's not like basketball, where once it's over 40 in basketball, it starts the running clock, but if it goes under, it stops. Once it starts in high school football, it does not stop.
Mangus back-to-back touchdown runs now, his last two carries.
And Mangus going to try to make it, and that one looked good. Looked like he split it right up the middle. Looked across. And it is good. 51-6 your score on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Running clock the rest of the way as the Cats try to find something offensively on senior night on the other side on 101.7 KDNO.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
And welcome back inside the broadcast booth. The Cats, they put up a fight early, but, man, it has been tough sledding now. They trail by 45, running clock going now, and the Bulldogs kick this one off into the end zone, kicking with the win that time. So Cats will start this one from their own 20. Again, the clock will run, and the only time it'll stop, official timeouts. Timeouts called by either head coach, injuries, and then on touchdowns, they will also stop the clock for PATs. And again, as mentioned, clock does not stop once it gets started in high school football, so we'll have a running clock here for the final about 20 minutes of game time in this one. Shumway in the backfield sends twins left and right here with Farrell off to his right side now. Takes the snap, has it cleanly. Following some blockers up the middle of the field. Able to get some positive yardage out of that one, maybe just a yard or two. It's like about 2 yards, maybe a short 2-yard pickup.
And the Bobcat crowd still quiet, and even Bobby the Bobcat out there is trying to rouse the crowd. And
it's tough, right now. I mean, ever since that 66-yard touchdown that made it 19-6, I mean, it truly has been all level, and it's been just really tough for the Cats to pick up any kind of positive yards. We talked about this. When you don't have a running game, you get real one-dimensional, and you have a quality team like Lovell, it gets even harder. Try to pick those up here as Shumway has it now. Throw a little out route, and it's jumped quickly there. A good play by number 10, Jaden Schneider there. Schneider has a touchdown for the Bulldogs tonight as well on the offensive side and just made a really good defensive play. Read that well, kind of drove on the football.
Yeah, just planted his foot and drove in and slapped it down.
So quickly a third down play coming up. So, three receivers set now to the near side with the ball in the middle of the field. Del Dukes, the single man, to the far side left. Actually, ball on the near side hash. Farrell going to move from the right to the left side of his quarterback, Shumway now. Shumway looks to the offensive line one more time. Now takes the snap. No, got the Bulldogs a jump. As that'll be the second offside penalty drawn. That's kind of amongst the positives tonight for Shumway. He's had that, it's very Aaron Rodgers-esque, getting that little quick jump. Get the hard count. He does the hard count. Also, what else is Pat Mahomes pretty good at that too?
There you go.
Little hard count.
Throwing Aaron Rodgers out there, man.
Well, I don't want to have to give you too many good things to think about your Kansas City Chiefs. So
yeah, they got a tough one coming up this week.
It'll be entertaining there with CMC out to the 49ers now. Good zip pass and in and out of the hands of Del Dukes. You don't hear it often, and again, you almost feel like, Kevin, that is maybe the first frustration drop, really, for Del Dukes there. It's been tough for him to get open, get looks there, and that one was right on him, and you could tell frustrated right away. Couldn't believe that he turned up the field before he had that one secured. But fourth down chance now here for Thermopolis, and head coach McPhee just doesn't have any interest in giving Lovell a super short field here, so the Cats will kick it away again at the 5-minute mark of quarter number 3 and give it back to this potent offense of the Lovell Bulldogs. Snap. Here's the kick, high, arcing one. Didn't get much distance on this one. Straight up the field here. Takes another Thermop bounce, though, as it heads towards the 50 and into Lovell territory. Kind of got lucky there. I'd say 85% of the yardage came on the bounce there for Rhodey Farrell. And, yeah, he's definitely Rhodey's punted it about as many touches as he's gotten tonight, unfortunately. And now the Bulldogs going to come out here again with the clock running on this, I guess on the change of possession once they get the change started. So they're start the clock running now. And again, we're going to wait to see at what point. Right now it's a little too early still to see too many changes on the Lovell side. We'll probably see a few players mix in here. Might see some different backs, but they're going to keep a majority of the starters out right now, it appears.
I would assume through the third quarter at least.
And they'll go under center this time. Take quick snap. Now a handoff. Coming to the outside quickly, and that was number 23, Chase Crosby. So they do have some different players in there. As again, Crosby was there. Cade Green was the other. Was the sophomore quarterback that took that snap. And so, yep, Crosby with the carry that time.
Give him 2.
So 2 yards on that play, and, Lovell proved me wrong there. Brought in a little different setup in the backfield as they're right at midfield now. Here's the snap taken. Give the handoff again. This is to Crosby again. Swallowed up after picking up about 3 yards that time.
Bobcats going to switch a couple guys out here, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Aarons and Armani Dukes coming off the field now. Looks like saw Coulter Price come into the game, number 21 for the Cats. Didn't see who the other changeup was.
I think they just brought in Justin Bassey back in.
Okay, Bassey back into the game there. Again, got the sophomore under center now. Take the snap, hand it off yet again here to Crosby. Crosby maybe going to dive up near the first down marker. This one's going to be close.
Give him 4 yards, mark him just short.
So just short here, and the question is, does Lovell kind of do the mercy thing?
I think Lovell's going to be a good sport here.
And I don't like calling it that, but truly it kind of is at a 45-point game right now. I mean, they could easily, because let's be honest, no matter what personnel package, and they could pick up this yard if they so choose to, and we'll see what they do coming out of it. And looks like they are going to try to pick this one up. And who's the big man in the backfield?
Holy cow,
56, Connor Strom. That's a big fullback there. That's if they hand it to him, that's going to be tough for the Cats out there. And an all go, though. And no, ball's almost fumbled, and now it's going to be a potential stop here for Thermopolis. Who fell forward in the end. Was that number 5? Was that Mangus?
Yep.
He may have still picked that up somehow. They're going to have to come out for an official measurement. So we're going to get a quick stoppage here for the change to come out, 51-6. So you can kind of see.
We're going to see a little action. Ethan Brooks getting a little action out there on the Chan gang.
Yeah, and they'll come out wearing shorts still nice enough. Starting this Sunday, it ain't going to be nice anymore, though.
He'll wear shorts all year long.
We got a couple of those in Worland, too. So here come the chains. Good camera work, and that looks like it's a link short to me. And it will be. So the Cats get a stop on a fumbled snap. So mark that down. Regardless how you get it, that's a defensive stop for the Cats there. So Cats offense will come back out now, and the chains will get set. And referee Terry Pyer going to get the clock running again now with 1:50 to play here in the third quarter. So Cats back out there with the starting offense. Shumway and Farrell in there. Get some other players in for Lovell. Quick late substitution. and almost got in there. Shumway kept on the RPO, going to bounce to the outside, has a little bit of room. Picks up the first down and got hit late there, so it might have been a player that just came in the game trying to make a play there, and Shumway spilled out near the sideline there and just making sure that he came back out of there, and he did, came back out on the field. Just wanted to make sure that, benches and stuff over there in the track pretty quick. So add a personal foul on the end of that one, so a 15-yard tack on. So call it a 10-yard pickup plus 15 yards on the penalty. So the Cats now operating in positive territory.
Yeah, he took a pretty good shot over there on the sidelines. I would have been very surprised if that had not been called.
And a couple of flags came in, so both the back judge and head referee Terry Pyer had that one under wraps quickly as the clock gets rolling again. A minute 15 to go in the third quarter. Aarons and Dukes here to the near side. Yarrington and Aarons over on the far side left. Ball on the far side hash. Shotgun set, give for Farrell. He'll go to the outside, breaks one tackle, now tries to head up the field. Maybe picked up about 3 or 4 yards there out near the 30-yard line. Down to the 29. So give him 4 yards there. Couple more plays to run here in the third quarter for the Cats before we head towards the culminating fourth. See if we can see any fireworks here from Thermopolis. Shotgun snap, handled cleanly. Going to be an RPO again. Give for Shumway. Shumway's got a little bit of room here up the middle. Cuts it back here to the near side and taken down right near the 15-yard line. So give it a 15-yard pickup there for Gavin Shumway.
Good hard run by Gavin. And Lovell trying to strip the ball there, kept him upright a little bit. And
yeah, we always see that a lot, even at the pro level. It's like, you know what, just wrap up, make the tackle, trying to make a play. But at the end of the day, you want to get the stop first. 10 seconds to go. See if the Cats even run the play here in the third quarter or not. They are set and ready to do it. Or see if Gavin goes for the hard count here. 3 seconds to go, 2 now, 1 second, and didn't get the snap off before the end of the third quarter. So Cats will have a first down and 10 inside the red zone to start the fourth quarter. End of 3 here in Thermopolis. Lovell 51, Thermopolis 6 on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org.
And we're back here on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO. Jordan McGamey, Kevin Simpson with you. Well, Kevin, it's not the senior night that these boys were hoping for, but a chance to possibly get some points here in the fourth quarter as Lovell has a mix of starters and some newbies out there as the Cats are inside the red zone to start the fourth quarter.
See if they can't salvage something here and at least get the bitter taste out of their mouth a little bit.
Standard twin set left and right. Rody Farrell, the deep back, now straight behind Gavin Shumway. They'll give for Farrell, no little fake there. RPO for Shumway. Trying to direct traffic now, cuts out the field, gets past one man, staying on his feet, breaking another tackle, heading to the pylon and into the end zone. Gavin Shumway, a 15-yard scamper to the end zone. A little juking and jiving into the end zone for Shumway as he hits the near side pylon for the touchdown, as he was trying to direct traffic for the pass, and in the end, used the legs to get in the end zone. 51-12 as the Cats try to tack on one more here with McCumber doing the kicking here on his senior night. You know, do you call a lefty kicker a south foot? of a southpaw.
South
hoof. Up and good there for Owen McCumber, 51-13. Your score on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats get back on the board. They'll kick it away to Lovell on the other side of this one here from Hot Springs County High School. 51-13. Cats trail it here in the fourth quarter on the Wind River Radio Network.
One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company is proud to sponsor this broadcast of Thermopolis Athletics. Enjoy some of the finest prime rib around at One-Eyed Buffalo every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You cannot beat their menu full of mouth-watering items like the bison burger or the many different varieties of mac and cheese. Top it off with one of their locally brewed adult refreshments on tap. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, 528 Broadway in Thermopolis.
There are two ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly payment. But here's the smart way. Shop at Wyoming 4x4, where you get expert advice from Dan, quality gear, professional installation, all for a whole lot less than you'd spend at a car dealer. Wyoming 4x4.
Ever wonder why so many babies are delivered at Hot Springs Health in Thermopolis? Could it be?
So the Cats going to kick it off here. We talked about potential onside or something here, try to keep Lovell honest, but Lovell's got the hands team forward and a couple others just in behind on that second level. So Cumber just kicks a squirter across the ground now, pops up into the hands of the Bulldogs now. They'll bounce it right up the middle of the field, trying to bring him down now. Come to the outside. Ball's on the floor. Ball's on the deck, but Lovell is able to swallow it back up at the 35-yard line. So Cats were knocked the rock loose, but couldn't get back on top of it.
Dang, that would have been very fortunate for the Bobcats, and they would have had a little momentum going the other direction.
That would have been the excitement that they were definitely looking for. So again, do remind you, if you tune into this one, you hear the clock moving quickly. We do have a running clock situation if you're just joining us. Thermopolis is trailing Lovell, the number one team in 2A, 51-13 here in the fourth quarter. Lovell has gone to a situation with some new players out there. We kind of see number 23, Chase Crosby, the primary back so far for Lovell, and he'll get another touch here as he goes to the outside. Now right up the middle, he has some wheels, bounces the outside in the open field, picked up 15 yards there to the 50-yard line for Lovell. So first down on the opening play of this offensive drive for Lovell. Kind of hear some noise coming from the Lovell side over there with some of the new players in there. Davin Crosby was actually the quarterback that time and handed it off. It's a little Crosby to Crosby.
Right.
Any relation to Max Crosby? Probably not.
I doubt it. Be kind of cool, though. But
old Mad Max, about the only positive of the old season there for old Vegas.
You know you're
it's
a bad man.
Been snake eyes.
Yeah, you know you're a bad man if you spell your name with two X's.
You have to be. That's just like it's like wearing a white belt.
Right. I think you wear a white belt.
Yeah, when I play golf, because I'm great. Drive forward here for the Bulldogs.
Oh, no.
Number 11 that time, Braxton Felkins with the run that time. So Felkins getting his first touch, 9 yards on that one, as the Cats make a couple of changes now. Cruz Mascaro coming back onto the field here with Zane Smith coming to the sidelines.
And Lovell creeping up towards 500 on the ground, 447 by my count.
Yeah, they've definitely done a lot of groundwork so far today. Comes a snap under center, give it off for Crosby again. He's got a little bit of room driving forward, picked up the first down plus more. So from the 41 down to the 34, 7-yard chunk there for Crosby. I think Mason Reese in on the tackle that time for Thermopolis. Less than 9 minutes now to play here in the fourth quarter. Cats trail at 51-13 on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Remember, stick around for the Click It or Ticket post-game show. We'll have a full stat recap for you. We'll also get our storyteller player of the game, and we'll have our final talk of the season with the head man in charge, head coach Matt McPhee, and wrap the Bobcat football season up for you here on the Wind River Radio Network as the Bulldogs hand this up straight ahead that time for Falcons. Near the 30, going to mark him at the 31, so 4 yards there. Saw Bridger Pyle come into the game for Thermopolis, getting a little run there.
Cade Green is the quarterback in there right now.
Yep, the sophomore, Cade Green, number 19. So you have a sophomore quarterback starting, and then Green the other sophomore. So right now, Crosby the one that won that battle out with Green in there here. He'll take the snap, hand it off now for Crosby. Crosby breaking a couple of tackles, picks up the first down. So from the 31 down to the 21, 10 yards that time and a first down. As Lovell continues to march forward.
Clock hitting 7:45 in the game. Pinnacle Bank sponsoring that scoreboard year in and year out, and we thank those guys. They're very much willing to sponsor Bobcat Athletics, and I believe they'll be your scoreboard sponsor for basketball too, Jordan.
Yeah, I'd say they were last year and continue to be, and a big shout out to Pinnacle Bank. Of course, all our local sponsors making these broadcasts possible, so always a big tip of the cap to them as Lovell goes back under center now with Green. Hand off again for Crosby, getting constant work here, trying to get to the outside, and ran over a man, Yarrington, there, and picked up about 5 yards. A little chippiness in the middle of the field, but referees broke that up. Have a great host of sponsors this year. You mentioned Pinnacle Bank, of course. We have others. We have our Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness, of course, doing the pregame show and being a sponsor there. Hot Springs Health, another. 7 Lazy S Bar and Cafe as well. One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, another. Wyoming 4x4. As Green goes under center again. Takes a quick snap and gives for Falcons this time, so straight ahead for the fullback. Just going for the old power eye here for the Bulldogs as Falcons is able to pick up 4 more for a 3rd down and short upcoming.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning before I get out of town, I might stop at 7 Lazy S's, hit up their outstanding biscuits and gravy. Man.
I saw that also.
It's getting late in the evening. I'm hungry.
Yeah, on the commercial, saw those Huevos Rancheros. So I could sign up for some of those little ranch eggs. I'd be up for that. Clock under 6 minutes now here as Lovell continues to move forward here with the secondary unit. Green takes a snap, now gives for Crosby. Crosby hit quickly. He's able to fall forward, though. I think he might have got enough for the first down. Good tackle. I think it was Mason Reese in on the tackle. And it is going to be about a yard pickup, but enough for the first down. So the clock continues to tick away at 5:25 and moving down. Of course, storyteller as well here in Thermopolis, another one of our great local sponsors.
That one, I don't always eat breakfast, but I always have my coffee, so that one might be a start of the road trip tomorrow.
I say that's been a staple of Thermopolis downtown for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Here's a snap for Lovell, give for Crosby, and hit quickly in the backfield. Looked like Rhodey Farrell was in there, along with, is that Mascaro in there, or is that Reese again, I think?
I think it's Reese again.
Yeah, it was.
2-yard loss.
Actually, it's 17. That's Cody Bomagen.
Oh, it is Cody
Cody
Bomagen. 71.
Yeah,
Dyslexia.
Dyslexia, yep. Little broadcaster dyslexia. It happens from time to time. Well, I'll say this, they got plenty of work, but I'm not disappointed to not see Nichols and Nichols out there having to try to get the old binoculars out.
You might hear Cody Bomagen's name called a little bit in basketball this year. He's a freshman, but he's a baller.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to see if that team who had a surprise state tournament berth last year, see if they can build upon that success. And a little early movement there for Thermopolis, going to cost them 5 yards. That was a great tournament berth last year. It was what a wild finish down there in Burns, Wyoming, late on against Wheatland. Have one of the premier Wyoming scorers really in the history of Wyoming basketball 3A. Cade Pruitt, truly one of the best scorers statistically. Missed a bucket late as the Cats escaped that one and played a great defensive game against the Wheatland Bulldogs and able to get into the state tournament. You know, to get to play a game on the event center floor. They went 2 and out in that one, but were competitive.
Yeah, Jordan. We know you want an award. We get it.
I was moving past it. I understand. I'll sign an autograph for you later, but the clock at 3:40 to go. Nothing.
Okay.
Snap here for Green, gives her Crosby, bounces past one and another, finally wrapped up inside the 5-yard line, now near the goal line. But no, it was, both those squads, the Lady Cats were a very inexperienced team under new direction there by head coach David Villa, and, they were able to make some strides throughout the season, and, they'll be back out. They're still a fairly young, fairly inexperienced team, but going to try to build on what successes they had last year. Of course, we mentioned, obviously, it's going to be a little different now. You don't have Hardy Johnson anymore out there. That's going to be a little bit different, but, each year somebody new has to step up, but they're going to get a clock or a stoppage here momentarily. Head referee Terry Pyer going to
give him a first down.
They're going to look to see, okay, it is going to be a first down. The markers were there, so they're going to have a 1st and goal upcoming here. As the clock is stopped at 2:54 to go. Cat's going to try to stand defensively here late on in this contest.
That's why you pay him the big bucks.
Green snap here, give for Crosby. Crosby hit right short of the goal line, I think. So a good stand there by Thermopolis that time. Keep Crosby out of the end zone. Okay, we said it each week. I mean, we get these referees, and I know a lot of time they catch a lot of flack, from the crowds and other people and even coaches, but they truly are appreciated because, at this level, without them, the games don't happen, and there is a officiating shortage, not only just in football, but across basketball and other sports as well. You have volleyball, track and field, all those types of sports as well, wrestling, others. So if you're interested in officiating, if you have a history of whether you competed or whether you just have an interest in helping high school sports happening, and head to the High School Activity Association page or reach out to Brandon Daramidi, any of the associations across the state if you want to get involved. Handoff for Crosby this time, though. He's going to head into the end zone for a Lovell touchdown, 57-13 now. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats going to get one more chance offensively in this game before it wraps up. You'll stick around for the Clicker Ticket post-game show as we not only wrap up the senior night contest, but the Bobcat football season here on 101.7 KDNO and the Wind River Radio Network. It's been a fun season. It's had its ups, it's had its downs, but it's been a fun journey here for this young squad who came out in that first game against Tongue River and really did look at inexperienced. And ever since then, it's been growth upon growth. Had some tough losses along the way, but it's been a team that's been fun to watch week in and week out as the Bulldogs look to add a point after as Mangas will come back in. Got a good leg into that one, and that one looked good, and it is called good. 58-13 your score. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats, one more offensive possession here for the seniors on the other side. Stick around on 101.7 KDNO on the Wind River Radio Network.
Prenatal care offered by our providers, or our convenient family practice clinics located in Thermopolis, Warland, Basin, Shoshone, and Riverton. Maybe it's our new OB suites with large jetted tub, or maybe it's the place where you can find all of this and more.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
I'm Travis.
And we're back here on the Wind River Radio Network. Cats going to have their final offensive possession of the season. You got Ryan Ahrens, Rhodey Farrell back to receive this one. I think they're going to do anything they can to get this in the hands of Rhodey Farrell here.
Maybe we'll see like a reverse. That'd be
just
cool.
Just give Rhodey some kind of chance to get running again. It's anytime he can get into the open field, he can provide the fireworks that gets the crowd excited, and you'd like to see something happen for the senior here late on. So They're going to let this one roll. It is going to get into the hands of Farrell. Picks it up inside the 10-yard line now. Cuts it back up the field, trying to beat a couple players. Gets to the outside, and he's taken down there. Oh, he stayed on his feet. Actually broke a couple of hard tackles there right around the 25-yard line. But then he is taken down right there at the 25. So minute 30 to go now. Clock is running. And the Cats going to try to get out there quickly, try to run a couple of plays here as the clock probably should have stopped there after that play, but it did not. So a few extra ticks went off the clock there as the Cats in the huddle there. And, you know, seniors could also just be talking about, you know, the last couple of plays of these guys' careers and want to make something happen as they come out of the huddle now. Less than 60 seconds to play here. 58-13 your score. Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Cats out there now with Farrell and Shumway in the backfield. Twins left and right. Shotgun snap here for Shumway. He'll drop back, look to get rid of it. Does now, tries to throw for Dukes, who fell down, was a little short of him regardless, and it's incomplete. And the Cats are going to have to come back quickly. Was that a flag on the field? No.
No.
Just a leaf there right next to head referee Terry Pyre's foot. See if the Cats can get off one more play here with 20 seconds to go. This will probably be the final one here of the season, Kevin, as the Cats will come to the line, set up that classic twins left, twins right look here with Farrell and Shumway in the backfield. Shumway takes the shotgun snap. He'll run it up the field now. Bounces to the outside, has a little bit of room, comes up the sideline and goes out of bounds here. Cats do have a timeout, and they will take it. So we will have one more play here in the Bobcats 2022 season as the Cats will burn that timeout. We'll have the conclusion for you next on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO.
Advisor with Edward Jones, and we do, you know, I pride myself on helping people with financial planning, achieving whatever goals are most important to them. The most valuable thing you have when it comes to planning for your future is time. The sooner you start and the more detailed your plan is, the better chance of success you have. First-timers are my favorite people to work with because they're hungry to learn, and coming to see me doesn't cost anything. I don't charge for appointments, I don't charge for anything. Come in, talk to me, and all you'll leave with is a little bit more knowledge than you came in with.
Edward Jones Financial Advisor Travis Wingard, 435 Arapahoe Street, Thermopolis.
We're back here at Leroy Hayes Field. Jordan McCamey, Kevin Simpson with you. Kevin, one more play here for the Cats. And you know what? You'd like something to happen. You'd like to get a little fireworks after the 20-yard run by Gavin Shumway. You'd like to see something positive happen here. Maybe get the wheel route going for Rhodey Farrell. Just something to, you know, get the Cats fans something to celebrate here late on senior night as they'll come out for this play. Again, you'll have that look, and you have Rhodey Farrell deep here in the backfield now. Way deep on first down. So a deep shotgun set here for Rhodey Farrell. 3 seconds to go. Quads out to the right side. Farrell takes it now. Now he'll look to throw. Roll out here to the near side. He's going to throw it up now. He has a man deep. It's Del Dukes, and he hit it for a moment and just dropped it. A fun play for the final one of the year, and Del Dukes nearly made something fun happen for the Cats, but that's going to end the season on an incompletion on a deep throw for Rhodey Farrell, and a tip of the cap to Gavin Shumway, Rhodey Farrell, Chase Moeller, and Owen McCumber, the seniors for the Bobcats. But on their senior night, the final one for those boys in the purple and gold, they drop it to the #1 Lovell Bulldogs, 58-13. We wrap up the season next on the Click It or Ticket postgame show on the Wind River Radio Network.
Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile is a proud supporter of Bobcats Athletics. There's so much more than a hardware store. You'll find Ashley furniture and decor perfect for your home. There's a great toy selection, as well as tools, kitchen items, grills, and a garden section. That means there's something for everyone at Thermopolis Hardware. Don't forget to check out their variety of custom cabinets, window shading, and flooring.
Hi, I'm Karen with Thermopolis Hardware. Buy local, be local. Go Bobcats!
Here in Wyoming, we live by the spirit of the Wild West.
Now where the sun's a little brighter, where the snows that fall are a trifle whiter, where the bonds of home are a wee bit tighter, that's where the West begins.
We're the bank that's with you wherever that spirit. Because we're more than a bank in Wyoming. We're Wyoming in a bank. Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be.
Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness knows what it means to be on top of your game. For over 60 years, Gotchi has led the field in providing physical therapy, occupational therapy, and wellness in Thermopolis and their facilities in Worland, Basin, Powell, Cody, and Shoshone. Whether you're recovering from an injury, deconditioned, post-stroke, or just looking to take control of your health, you'll find years of dedicated experience paired with personal care at Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness. Learn more at gotchi.org. Did you know the Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness in Thermopolis also has something called the Gotchi Wellness Center? It's your dream gym with cardio equipment, cable machines, free weights and dumbbells, hydraulic resistance machines, and personal trainers that care about your goals. The Wellness Center is huge and includes a rock wall, pegboard, sled, tires, punching bags, squat rack, and a whole lot more. Check out the Senior Wellness class. To take the first step to a healthier you, visit gotchi.org.
And welcome inside the Click of Their Ticket post-game show on the Wind River Radio Network, 101.7 KDNO. Streaming via YouTube, on YouTube via yotoday.com, 58-13. Your final nearly a fireworks send-off there from Farrell to Dukes, but falls incomplete, so the season has come to a close with the Cats dropping this one to the visiting number 1 Lovell Bulldogs, 58-13. Your final on the Pinnacle Bank scoreboard. Kevin, it was got a little bit exciting there on that 66-yard strike to Del Dukes from Gavin Shumway there in the first quarter, but after that it was all Lovell often.
We are who they thought they were. The old Dennis Green.
Yeah.
Lovell is in the state title games for a reason, and they come out here tonight and show you why. They're a pretty disciplined squad. They're big. There's a lot of them. I mean, they have some depth out there, and when you're starting a sophomore quarterback and his backup's a sophomore, I mean, you've got kids for days over there. I don't know what they do in Lovell that they're recruiting so good or what they feed those kids over there, but it was just a game dominated by Lovell after that first early strike by the Bobcats, and they're just too much. And I, from what I see, of course, you don't see a whole lot from the other side. I'd pick them to win the state title game, and that's just me.
Well, and again, right now tonight against the Cats, we didn't really have to see a lot of the passing game, but, just watching them in warm-ups, I mean, Crosby's got an arm, and he can toss it up there. So, we didn't necessarily see the other dimensions of their offense just because of, what was necessary for them to win tonight with really just outmanning the Cats up front. I mean, that's just, when you talk about size on size, sometimes that's just what wins out, and that was what it was for Lovell. But, yes, I would say that they're number 1 for a reason. They're probably favored in the playoffs. You see some teams that can put up some points, but they can be tough to deal with. You look at the other the teams on this side, the Lymans at number 3. I saw that they took out Cokeville today. A couple other teams out there. Rocky Mountain's a very good team. Wind River had some injuries. They were also a pretty good football team, but we'll see if they can get healthy. But yeah, those would be the teams that you probably put right up near the top. But we're talking Thermopolis Bobcats. It was, we talked about this a little bit during the broadcast. It was a team that truly started out. You watched that first game against Tongue River, and you thought to yourself, is this a team that's going to be able to find a way to win? Is they're going to be able to find a way to move the football? And, it was messy to start. And that was to be expected. A lot of young kids, a lot of new kids out there. But every week, it was just growth upon growth. Got some victories out there, had some real fun moments, even competitive in some of the games where they ended up losing. I think that road game in Lyman were there matching touchdown for touchdown there for a while. So this was a team that was fun to watch to see what they had. And, those 4 seniors out there, they brought it every single time, showed up to every single practice. And, then these young kids, they'll look to build on this. They're going to bring a lot of this team back. You do have 2 very important skill players leaving in Gavin Shumway and Rhodey Farrell. You do have those two skill players leaving, but players step up each year, and so they'll bring a big core back next season. And senior night here, a couple of good moments for the Cats, and the season comes to a close. Unfortunately, the big loss, 58-13, but it was a season that was still full of some highlights and some memories that they'll take forward into their college careers and into their lives beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, we come into the season, and Rhodey Farrell was a guy that was really on everybody's radar. You talk about Super 25 kid, that's out there, and so everyone was aware of Rhodey's body of work the last couple of years. And the cool thing was we saw Gavin Shumway and Dell Dukes raise some eyebrows out there this year. They were sitting at the top of the charts. You talk about passing and receiving for the year, and I don't know where they're going to finish at, but I mean, some kids that contributed. We saw Gavin last year too. He could sling the ball around, but I think growth-wise, Gavin made some really good steps this year. A lot more confident in the pocket. Even when his protection broke down this year, he saw last year he was very often to scramble and maybe make some of those decisions that Coach McPhee would say were not good decisions. And I think he shored that up a lot mentally this year. He made some plays with his feet, but his head kept him in a lot of plays too, I think. So you talk about Gavin in that sense. And then, like I said, Dell Dukes was one that he was a freshman last year, and he was a name that McPhee had mentioned to me in passing, and we kind of saw where he's coming about. And you've got his brother Armani out there. I think probably hear his name some next year. Cody Bomagin's a big target out there.
They turn a lot of the line, too.
They turn a lot of the line.
Logan Defoe and Zane Stam out there had some moments this season.
And we'll probably talk about with Coach. It's going to be a lot of work in the offseason, I think, as it will depend on what these kids do next year. But got to get some more numbers out, too. I'm not sure what's laying around in the 8th grade class this year coming up. But you got to retain the guys that you have out there and then try to build on some of those young guys coming up through your program.
Absolutely. You mentioned some of those top stats. I mean, Gavin Shumway and Dell Dukes are more than likely going to end up right there on top of those statistics, if not number one for Gavin, number two for sure. Dell Dukes, I don't think there's any – you're not going to catch him. I mean, he was averaging over 100 yards per contest. The next player that was closest was a bighorn player, Dylan Groom, that was averaging about 75 yards a game. And, Dell had 5 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns now on the season. Some long ones at an 83-yard strike. I mean, so you add how many more yard was it tonight? 83 yards?
90.
90 yards tonight. So, on the season, you talk about a season that's only 8 games long, and he ends up having, over 800 yards. But right now, we're inside the Clicker Ticket post-game show, and the head man in charge, Matt McPhee's in the booth with us now. Coach, game against the number 1 Lovell Bulldogs knew was going to be a big challenge, and Lovell brought what they did. What did you like tonight, though, from your team and taking on a team that was really tough coming in?
That's a tough question. That's the toughest one I think I've had to date. But
tougher than Lyman.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It is a tough game. We just talked to the boys, and that's a team very likely. We said that a few weeks from now could be hanging a banner. Just a strong team, well coached, physical. And that was kind of the message. I know you've asked me what I liked, and I'll get there. But, the message to the kids was, the bricks have been laid. We had 4 seniors that paved the way, and we're going to miss them dearly. 2 of them particularly on offense that, kind of carried the line for us this year. But, our kids battled. They did. We were unable to make some plays early in the game. And, credit to Lovell. That's a good football team.
Coach, maybe going bigger picture here as the season has culminated here for your Bobcats. If you look at it, what are you most proud of with this football team?
That's easy. I'm most proud of the growth. We talked about that about midway through it, and as we look out there, I cringe at Lovell. Their 2s still look like they might be bigger than our 1s, and things like that. But with that being said, I mean, you take 2 guys off that roster that we've got for the most part, and you've got a bunch of guys coming back. and those kids grew and they became better football players, and we're gonna be the beneficiaries of their experience that they got this year. And so I think that's what we're most proud of. Is just the grit and the fight that these kids have, and they enjoy the game, and it is a great game.
That's something Jordan and I kind of hit on too. Was we talked about there's some of these kids out there. You guys are in a real big program. We talk about numbers wise, and a lot of these kids could, when things start going sideways this year, just pack it in and say I don't want to do this. But I think it speaks to the character of some of the kids that you have out there that say, when things aren't going bad, we're not going to run the other direction. We're going to run towards adversity sometimes, and I think that speaks to kind of the kids that you have out there. Now let's kind of move on. You talked about replacing, Rhodey Farrell and Gavin Shumway next year. You saw a little bit of Stone Pebbles and those guys out there. I guess what are you looking at this off season to accomplish that, continuing that growth?
I don't know if I'm ready to talk about that. You mentioned Rhodey and Gavin, and I'd rather talk about them right now.
Okay.
I would. It's a 51-13 game or 58, whatever it is, and I had full intentions of calling that timeout with 3 seconds left and actually sending in a couple young guys and watching those two seniors walk off the field. But here's what happened at that time. I walked over towards them, and they looked at me, and they wanted to play. And we've got a play that we call Cheyenne in our book, and it's Rhodey at quarterback, and it's probably one of the worst plays ever drawn up in football history, but it's it's like 7 guys go deep, and Rhodey's going to huck it, and that's just the type of kids that and particularly those two seniors, and not to mention Chase Moeller, another senior that came out and gave us a whole bunch of just gave us a great attitude. And and at the same time, I'll mention Owen McCumber. He's a kid that came out to the program 3 years ago. He couldn't get the ball above a crossbar, when the operation's good, the snap and the hold's good, the kid can put the ball through the uprights. So, going back to it tonight, like I said, I had full intentions of taking those older guys out and just paying a tribute to them. But I think the tribute that we paid to them by allowing them to go out and play one more play, because this very well maybe the last play that they ever play in the great game of football. So, we're going to miss all 4 of them, and particularly those 2 guys on offense.
Coach, kind of sticky in the vein of all that. Throughout our lives, we have a lot of rights, but we also get a lot of privileges, and coaching these young men is one of them. What is the greatest privilege of getting to interact with these young men each and every week, and not only helping them on the football field, but perhaps beyond that in life?
Well, in this profession, whether it's coaching or teaching, the greatest payday you ever get is when these kids come back, and they do. And, this is year 7 for me, and, there's just you never know what day a kid's going to show up and come back and, stick his arm out and say thank you, and that's it. That's the payday. That is. We're hard on these kids. We push these kids. We have high expectations of these kids, but as they grow and a lot of them realize that we have their best interest in heart and at heart, and that we want them to be better individuals and football players at the same time, but most importantly, like you mentioned, grow into young men that understand the value of a team, the value of the benefits of being a teammate, and we're proud of that with what we've got in the Bobcat program right now.
Head coach Matt McPhee with us here on the Final Click It or Ticket post-game show, the 2022 season. And, Coach, just give the opportunity, final thoughts on this season, anything you want to mention, any shout-outs, anything you want to do like that, Coach, as we wrap it up here in 2022.
Wife, I don't know anything.
No, I do. It's, that's no way football, high school football is a strange one. I mean, rarely do you end the season on a win. Because you want to be in the playoffs. So, when you're on the outside of the playoffs, I think the last 2 years we have ended it on a win. But, I told the boys, I said, cherish the positive memories that you have. And there's plenty of them. They had a great homecoming win against a good football team out here a couple weeks ago. And, they've done some good things. And we're excited about the future. We really are. We've got some good young kids, and we're going to continue to get better. But most importantly, like I said, the best football is in front of us, and a lot of that is based on the groundwork and the hard work that those seniors put in. So we're going to miss them.
That's head coach Matt McPhee here on the Click It or Ticket post-game show. Coach, we appreciate you taking time each and every week. And, of course, we wish you luck moving forward. And again, thank you for all the candor throughout the 2022 season.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your time this summer or this season, Coach.
Head coach Matt McPhee there again, always handles the post-game interviews with grace, and shows up each and every time. And again, wanted to touch on that a lot. At the end of the day, football is just a game, and they're teaching more than football. They're teaching them really lessons in life. Team sports really does help you do that, and seeing this team grow over the season has probably been the greatest pleasure. It may not have been the most successful season by the football standards, but by the growth that these boys and now these seniors who are soon to be young men have done, I think that'll probably be the greatest pleasure, as Coach said, to see over the following years.
And in this day and age, we see coaches and things like that, and the successes of programs based on the wins and losses and things like that. And the season doesn't go the way that you want in terms of wins and losses, but just my exposure, I get a pretty good amount of exposure to these kids and to the coaches, and I think their program in general, I enjoy being around them. You go to their practices, they're focused, but they're fun. The kids are out there having a good time. The seniors and the offensive leaders and things like that are out there, helping run practice and keeping kids focused. The coaches are very much involved, and I don't think just with the X's and O's aspects of kids' lives out there, but they're there for when kids are having trouble at school or at home or whatever it is. All the coaches in that coaches room are involved in those kids' lives, and so I just appreciate the atmosphere that Bobcat football really is, and I enjoy the openness that Coach McPhee and everybody. I mean, we sit down and talk once a week, our coaches interview, and he comes up here every week and talks to us no matter what the outcome is. And I think just personally I appreciate that, and I enjoy being around those kids and those coaches.
Absolutely. Well, and Kim, we're on the Click It or Ticket post-game show, so we kind of got to get to the business side of this thing. So let's jump into our stats, and I'll let you get one eye on those stats here in the Click It or Ticket post-game show.
All right, enough about the sentimental stuff and whatever. Let's get some numbers, right? Everybody likes numbers. All right, well, Crosby, quarterback tonight, one rushing attempt, 4 yards, went for a touchdown. He threw 5 passes, completed 3 of those for 21 yards and a touchdown, so a pretty efficient day for him. Nichols, number 36. Kevin called him Ben Nichols. There you go. Ben Nichols, 10 rushes, 106 yards tonight. No touchdowns for him, but he did catch 1 for 7. Mangus had a night for him. 9 carries, 161 yards, 3 touchdowns for him. The other Nichols, 9 carries, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. So a lot of the yards coming from Mangus and Nichols there. Kahn, 3 carries, 39 yards. Fenkins comes in, 3 carries, 17 yards. And then Crosby late in the game, number 23. He had 12 carries, actually, throughout the whole game for 53 yards and a touchdown. And the only really passing catches of notice would be Padilla caught 2 for 14 yards, and one of those went for a touchdown. Offensive totals for them, 484 on the ground, 21 through the air, 505 total yards of offense by the Lovell Bulldogs. Let's take one more look at the stats for the Bobcats. Let's get one eye on those. Gavin Shumway in his last game as a Bobcat quarterback ran the ball 11 times, 55 yards, 1 touchdown, did lose a fumble as well tonight. Completed only 7 of his 23 attempts for 96 yards and a touchdown, and did throw a pick. Rody Farrell tonight carried the ball 9 times for 21 yards, no touchdowns. Threw 1 pass there at the end that would have been one heck of a play to end the season on. It falls incomplete, and he caught 1 ball for -3 yards. Del Duke's out there, 4 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown for him, so almost 100 for him again tonight. Ryan Aarons, 1 catch, 8 yards. And Ethan Yarrington, 1 catch, 1 yard. Offensive total, Bobcats ran the ball 20 times for 76 yards and a touchdown, and 7 completions for 96 yards and a touchdown, 172 yards of total offense for the Bobcats tonight. And that is one more one-eyed look at the stats brought to you by One-Eyed Buffalo, Thermopolis Brewing.
Well, Kevin, thank you for those stats there. And now, again, we talked this over and have a little different idea on the storyteller player of the game, and kind of let you take over on that. I thought we talked it over, and you know what? I think we got to the right conclusion on this one here on our final storyteller player of the game.
All right, Ellen Reed down there at Storyteller. She may love me, she may hate me, whatever. I'm giving away all your coffee. Fire up the espresso machine. give them a couple extra shots, give them an ice rage, whatever it is. We're going to give these 4 seniors out there tonight, we're going to give them a free drink from Storyteller for being players of the game. Owen McCumber, Rhodey Farrell, Gavin Shumway, Chase Muller, and on top of that, Ellen, we're going to get one more drink out of you this football season. One young lady I saw run around this season working her tail off for the Bobcats, Austin Schlegel out there. I saw her, I don't know, she probably ran more yards than Rhodey Farrell and everybody else combined this year around that sideline. She runs the tape crew. She does all the stuff. She gets the water bottles, everything. Austin Schlegel out there also going to get a player of the game for her efforts as the manager this year. So those are your Storyteller players of the game.
And Kevin, that's our Click It or Ticket post-game show. Give you an opportunity, final thoughts on the season before we wrap it up here from Hot Springs County High School and wrap it up for the 2022 Bobcat football season.
We put a lot of miles on the car. We ate a lot of bad food. We had a lot of laughs. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Your first season with me this year. It's been probably about my 7th season in this booth. You're my 3rd, so if that's a cautionary tale to you at all, I don't know what it is. But, no, Bobcats, like you said, a lot of growth. I think growth was probably the theme of the year, maybe a little bit of adversity when you talk about numbers and things like that. Like I said, I enjoy watching these kids. I'm encouraging those kids out there that might be listening, roaming the halls of Thermopolis High School. If you're interested in football, get in that locker room, get in the weight room this summer. Contribute, be part of your sports program. Not just, it's not just run out here on Friday nights and catching footballs and stuff. It's kind of a camaraderie type of deal, and I think you benefit from it, not just in the football aspect, but from your personal life as well. So I just enjoy it. I want to thank all the Bobcats, all the officials, everybody who makes this happen every Friday night and all that, and just a fun season regardless of the wins and losses for the Bobcats this year.
Yeah, Kevin, it was a pleasure covering it all season long, and that's going to wrap it up for us here on the Click It or Ticket post-game show. Some final thank yous out, of course, to all our sponsors. Mentioned our Click It or Ticket post-game show, our Hot Springs Health halftime show, our friends at Hot Springs Health, Gotchi Rehabilitation and Wellness, 7 Lazy S Bar and Cafe, One-Eyed Buffalo Brewing Company, of course, the Storyteller, also our friends elsewhere on our broadcast as well. Sutherland's, another one of our sponsors on the program. And just again, without any of the sponsorship, we don't get this put on the air, and they really do make it happen, and they are very much appreciated. Of course, Travis Winger and Edward Jones as well. Another big thank you out to them for their sponsorship. So all those local sponsors, we thank you. And if you're a local sponsor that wants to get involved in Hot Springs County High School athletics, reach out to Wind River Radio Network. Kevin will help you out, set you up for an advertising package, get you a commercial, get you on the air, get you a shout out. And of course, you can support those Bobcats in many ways throughout the athletic season, including right here on the Wind River Radio Network. For everybody back at the studio over in Riverton for getting us into the broadcast, out of the broadcast each and every week. Those who sign the checks and those who come out to all the football games, we say thank you for this 2022 Bobcat football season. One final time for Kevin Simpson. I'm Jordan McCamey, and until next time, remember, go Bobcats.
There are 2 ways to buy 4x4 gear, the expensive way and the smart way. The expensive way is when you buy a new truck or SUV and the dealer sells you the brush guard, the heavy-duty bumpers, the steps, lights, winch, you name it. He rolls it all in with your loan into your monthly